Alright. When last we were gathered, our approximately 4 heroes, give or take. There's a half one in there somewhere, and there's some dubious quality on another. Had finished carting a large barrel-like glass bottle of what they found out halfway through their efforts was in fact some kind of bulk mixed love filter, which leaked a bit. And despite the peril that did cause them, they did manage to get it from Agajela's shop back to her home. Along the way, Grazin and Lindahl did meet back up with Shinalar and Fulton, who had been off to the licensor of city duties in order to get basically permission and oath to do some work for the city itself, who has rejoined them, the others now, and they made their way back to Agajela's shop, where I suspect a large argument is about to break out. For the moment, Agajela is simply working in the back, and she says she has a few things she needs to do before she can assess out the remaining contract for the gun that Grazin wanted to buy, and the miscellaneous gunpowder.
Alright.
Oh, hold on. I forget. Did you want... Yes, because the gun was actually hugely expensive. Did you want the siege machine for where was that note? Yes. Did you want the siege machine at a value of 10 favors, and or did you want the gun at a value of a further 10 favors?
What gun was it again?
This was the... Where did I write that down? I wrote it down in this file. Why isn't it here anymore?
I erased it.
You bastard.
Bad evil wizard. No corrupting the records of history.
Oh, are we Undertale now?
Ah. Yes, and my font of choice does not have serifs.
That's unfortunate.
Well, at least that means he won't be that hard of a boss when we have to kill him.
I love that game.
I do too.
I haven't played it.
You should. It's.
I really recommend it.
The hype is real.
It's also dirt cheap.
I'm too busy with Xenoblade right now.
If you like creative bullet hells, that's a good one.
Not all of it is bullet hell, but
If you're trying to pass this run, yes, it fucking is.
You should play I Want to Be the Guy, the movie, the game.
I like my sanity where it is.
Anyway, I remember that it was a... Are you sure you didn't write it down, Skullad?
Okay, one moment.
Because I swear I wrote it down in this file of notes for Ligus, but it isn't here now.
We are farmers.
Yes.
God damn it.
Well, I have nothing written down to the degree of anything new. Probably a gun. Hold on, I'll just reread.
Either way, we decided not to buy the siege engine because I need to do stuff with magic to it. So we're gonna actually buy one with money
we said
when
we
we
weren't
get
going to
back.
buy a cannon because it would take him a while to make the cannon.
Yeah, that is the
And-
siege engine in question.
The cannon? Well, technically, we still need the cannon to
No,
bust down the wall
no,
for getting a cannon.
we bought a whole bunch of gunpowder. We're gonna put it on the wall and blow it up.
Oh, we just bought a shit ton of gunpowder.
Yeah, we bought like 50 barrels of it. We're gonna just pack it by the wall.
No,
we're
there you go
not.
then. Shit
Light a
tons of
fuse and
gunpowder.
run.
That is what you negotiated, yes.
That's a shit ton of gunpowder.
And Agajela
Alright,
would...
transportation was the issue with the cannon, because we're going off to go fight on the plains of gods. It's probably not best to try and lug a cannon on our way.
Yeah,
Yes.
Remember, we're gonna make you a hand siege engine when we get back.
Yeah. Dumb question. Could you just, technically speaking, just permanent polymorph my current gun into a cannon? Because it's the
I
same
could.
object, it's just a bigger object.
I can polymorph anything into anything. The question is how long it takes, how long it'll last.
Would a culverin becoming a cannon, which a culverin was a pre-cannon, wouldn't it last forever? Yeah, we'll get into that later. For now, it is just the gunpowder, so I guess we're just waiting outside for that.
Yes. And
You do
Shadowlore and
polymorph
Fulton are there.
If you do polymorph it, make it squeak or something really annoying, just for funsies.
Do you really want to hear that every time I shoot, and I shoot 6 times around?
I think it'll annoy
this
him
is-
more than it will annoy everyone else.
This actually just takes a couple seconds to figure out. So same kingdom 5, same class 2, not the same size, related to same or lower intelligence 2. So yeah, that would be permanent.
Alright then, so we could just turn this into a cannon, and then immediately do your shrinking enchant, and it'll already be ready to go. It'll already be a +5 with all the enchantments I want on it.
It would have all the same enchantments your current thing does. It doesn't change any of its weapon enchantments.
No,
So
that's-
the only thing that would change is the base damage die as per its change in size.
Yeah,
which is all it
you-
is.
you can't use polymorph any object to change something's enchantments. That would make it too broken.
No, my point is I already have the enchantments I want on it, so I don't want to, like, if we were to do this, like, buy a cannon and enchant it, that'd be expensive as shit. If we just polymorph the current thing I have, then, man.
I will point out, though, that you then need to feed it ammo appropriate to its size.
No. That we had figured out. I don't remember the super specifics, but...
That was
Because
a Yeah, that was a particular spell, and that was letting you shrink down a siege engine, and then when it fires, its ammo increases in size to its original size.
Yeah, shrink item just does that. We could take the ammo bag you have now and make it big, but yeah, it makes your thing into a whole siege engine then.
I thought the plan was polymorph my current gun into an actual cannon, fully enchanted and so on. Then immediately, permanently. Then shrink item and permanency in order to get the cannonball effect.
You can't. Shrink item is a polymorph. You can't stack them.
Ah. Interesting. Okay. I was just trying to save money by not having to enchant a cannon, but alright.
You would have to buy the cannon to go with that plan.
Alright, fair enough.
Which is why Enlarge Monster and Wild Shape don't stack.
Lame. Moving on. We're just waiting for the gunpowder now.
Yes, and Agajela says that there's some stuff she needs to do first, but she will box up your gunpowder. She doesn't have any spare carts she can sell you, though. You may want something to transport this with, because...
I do have something to transport it with. It's called a wizard. They're rare and expensive, but they can transport anything.
Because she's going to be wheeling out... Skullhat, have you ever seen in fantasy art those huge casks that you can fit maybe 2 of them or a third stacked on in pyramidal shape on a cart pulled by 2 oxen?
Yeah.
You bought 10 of those.
Alright, that's a lot of gunpowder.
Barrels, not 3-barrel carts, but...
Yeah, I know, like the 3-barrel carts, and I had 10, so that's obviously 3 carts and an extra.
Yep.
That's a shitload of gunpowder.
Yes.
Well, then again, I'm trying to blow up a
you
wall,
bought
so this is about right, actually.
25,000. You're effectively buying 25,000 GP of gunpowder.
I feel well pleased with myself.
We can use the mount spell and yeah.
Like I
And
said,
you
I
can
am a
summon
wizard,
horses
he'll
to
figure
drag
it
it,
out,
yeah.
I'm sure. Half of this plan is his, so...
And you have paid off 10% of that in advance by transporting the giant love filter. So she's going to parcel that up, but it'll be a couple hours.
Alright.
Night is not going to fall in that time, assuming that the days are equal lengths in this place.
After seeing what I've seen, I assume nothing.
I mean, I'm gonna stay outside the shop in case it fucking moves, so...
Mm-hmm. So I imagine that that you guys have some things to discuss about what the plan is now that you're hopefully telling Fulton and Shinalar why you're hanging around outside Agayela's small arms.
Are they asking what our plan is?
Shinalar.
So, what has she actually seen so far? Because I want to make sure I differentiate OOC from NC action here.
Yep. You and Fulton met up with these two while they were transporting that giant bottle of pink fluid. You had your small adventures in uncomfortableness on the way to Agayela's home.
Well, that was true love from those two. I'm just saying.
Yes, and your small, scaly choker.
Yeah.
And you lot then managed to return back to Agajela's small explosives in the Yosta district without incident. They told you that they were transporting this in order to earn some weapons for Grozan, and I believe that's basically all they've said so far.
Right. So she doesn't have any reason to be suspicious yet.
Don't worry, when the first gunpowder pile rolls out, then you can go and be all suspicious.
Regardless, look, we have a plan. All we need to do is go out there and do this job, which sounded very similar to what we have to do if you guys went through with that anyway.
What, hauling things?
Look, I know that wall, we cannot blow open that wall.
Yes, we fucking can.
I almost did it in about 2 seconds. I'm sure 25,000 tons of gunpowder will do it.
Wasn't 25,000 tons, that'd be even more, but... wasn't quite that much.
How are you getting that much?
Pointed behind me at the shop. I'm getting supply, both for myself and for the wall issue.
The wall needn't be an issue.
Yeah, it's not. It's about not to be in an hour or two.
It's a waste of effort. If we blow
I'm
open
not
the
doing
wall,
anything.
we're going to have to fight what's beyond it regardless.
Why?
Because I'm pretty sure they want to get in.
Well, I'm fairly aware we're gonna have to fight whatever's on the other side. Period. Me and Lindahl just don't want to waste time diddling about the city for the sake of, I don't know. We kind of want to get back to saving our reality. Thank you very much.
But all the city wants us to do is to kill what's beyond that wall regardless.
Hey, really? Is that it?
That's
So
it.
let us outside to do that?
But if we just do that, do I get to blow up a wall?
You got a point. But if it's just going to let us outside, then why doesn't it just let us outside? I thought we had to participate in the city.
I'm fairly certain that letting us outside doesn't mean it's letting us off this plane regardless.
Well, if it's going to be stubborn about this shit and won't let us leave after we blow a hole in it, I'll just keep blowing holes in it until there's nothing left.
I don't think that is a wise decision.
Why? It shouldn't have stopped us in the first place. I can say, oh, I saved you from this, that, and the other thing all at once, but there's no proof of that. All we know is that we were on our way to save reality, and suddenly it decides, well, here's a nice time to grab you guys and waste your time.
I know not what I saw beneath the city, but it is a being of immense power.
We're off to go kill a being of immense power. I got
Why?
marked by a being of immense power. I don't see why I should be intimidated by another one.
No, Tio, keep that image away.
But I drew it myself.
That doesn't improve the situation.
Regardless, I think it's immensely unwise to just go angering it if we can avoid it.
It's immensely unwise to fiddle about wasting our time while reality itself is under siege by some sort of mind-eating, possessing thing.
So here's the tricky part in an out-of-character manner. I'm pretty sure Fulton has very strong feelings against this, and I'm not sure how he would react entirely.
How to articulate it? Yeah, that always is the pickle.
Yeah, because this falls against a lot of his purview.
So far, the only time he has been irked to the point of drawing his sword...
So when I open my mouth...
Okay, fair point. But it's whenever the topic of letting innocence be involved and harmed.
Which would be what happens if that wall gets blown open.
I'm not going to blow up the whole wall, just a hole big enough for us to get through, and I very much doubt that whatever's coming through we're not going to not shoot at. And if it makes you feel better, I'm sure Rendall here could just magic up a patch. Once we're on the other side, mind you.
Alright, well, she'll take out the scroll as mentioned, because yes, I did forget about it over the interim.
No worry. 2 hours ago, I played myself back the last session to make sure I wasn't missing anything, and although apparently one of the things I'm missing is the exact enchantment for Gorazin's rifle, I can go back and find that if it becomes relevant.
Right here is both the instructions it wants us to do and a spell to pass through the wall.
Get her.
At the very least, we should pass through the wall and not destroy it. There's no need.
So this is damned confusing. So we go up and ask, "Oi, can we leave?" It jerks us around in circles until our answer is, "Yeah, after you fuck around for a bit." And then you lot go and ask it, and suddenly it's okay, go ahead and leave.
No, before we refuse to take the oath.
Yeah, because fuck that.
Well, by now 2 of us have taken the oath.
Oh, bloody wonderful. Well, then know what you think. I mean, if this spell works, it's quicker than the explosives, if nothing else. It's just a matter of it might expect us to come back or something. What's it say here? Does it say we have to come back and say, hey, everything's dead, or...
It says in its complete, concise, and entirety. cleanse the wilds beyond the old breach.
Hey.
Yes, it is rather vague, but I would rather do that than to harm everyone in here.
Well, it doesn't say anything about going back to say we've done the job. Anywhere in that. It just says do the job. No matter how you construe this, it is just do the job.
I believe that once we have done it, it will already know, and we will be allowed to leave.
And there's a spell with this that just sends us right outside the wall straight up.
Yes, that is what I was told.
Well, I don't see a problem using that and doing that as long as it's not a waste of time, I suppose. Well, it's a waste of time no matter how you figure it, but, like I'm saying, if it's gonna take like a week to kill every damned thing in the wilds beyond the old breach. What's that in cleanse? Or like a priest, or just shoot everything that moves?
Yes, but do we get to blow up a wall?
Is
There
a
are
wall out
many
there?
walls throughout the worlds. You can find another.
Well, I'm up for either direction at this point. As long as this thing actually gets us outside, that is the goal. I'm still going to get my gunpowder for unrelated reasons, but yeah, I'll do either. And at this point, I have a either way is fine vote, which means 3 votes for not blowing up the wall, and 2 votes for blowing up the wall. So 3 versus 2, 3 wins, so it seems we're not going to blow up the wall. Unless, of course, there's some change. Like the spell doesn't work, or outside is full of, I don't know, super dire badgers that I want no business, dealing with.
Lindal, will you help us?
Sure. Let's go better cancel the gunpowder order.
No, don't cancel it. I need it. I don't need that much. I'll give you that. I still need the keg, though. Personal keg. Actually, I have it written down here. Did she already give it to me?
Yeah, she'll. That is part of the parcel.
All right. Okay. So we'll cancel the order, and I guess this one keg will be worth the favor we did, and all we swear. Yeah, and then I
can't open my spell manager.
Oh?
Yeah, I've been trying to play around with MapTool. That's why I've been bumping around. I'm getting a Stack Overflow error where I try to.
Just a moment. Works here. Have you had to do anything like reinstalling MapTool or Java or anything recently?
No, I just did because this was doing that before, and it's still doing it, so...
Okay. When you started MapTool, did you make sure to give it to specify a stack size of 2 capital M or more? Like 2 megabytes or more?
I did, but I'll try reverting it to 2.
Okay, and what are your other memory limits?
Here's the thing, when I try to launch it with the MapTool launcher, it won't. I click OK and then it won't open it, but if I launch the MapTool jar, it opens.
Okay, so if you're opening it with the MapTool jar, you're getting the default settings of 128 megs heap and half a meg stack, and that's way too small to use any macros in MapTool. Is there also the bat files that say things like 1G memory and 512 meg memory?
Yep.
Okay. In the folder you're looking at, hold Shift, right-click in empty space, and hit Open Command Window here.
Okie doke. All done.
Alright, if you start typing the name of one of those batch files, and then start hitting Tab, it should rotate through until you find the batch file that has 1G memory in its name,
Okie doke.
and hit Enter.
Unable to access jar file MapTool-jar.
Okay, it's prone to the wildcard problem. Alt tab back over to the File Explorer window.
Yep.
And you see the jar file there.
Yep.
Start renaming it so that you can hit Control-C to copy the exact file name.
Okay, copied.
And now right-click the batch file 1G memory and choose Edit.
Okay.
And on the second or third line, it should be a long line that oh, actually, no. There should be a subname equals maptool-star.jar, right?
I have... Sorry, my second line goes Java W space dash XMX 1024M. Okay, so jar MapTool percentage vers percentage.jar.
Okay, so replace maptool %vers %.jar with the file name that you just copied.
Okie doke.
And make sure it still ends in .jar.
Yep.
Okay, and there's capital X, capital M, capital X, 1024M. What are the other two dash capital X arguments?
There's just one dash XSS 512K.
Ah, perfect. Change 512K to 2M, capital M.
Okie doke.
And save that, and then double-click that batch file.
Yeah, I was trying to check my spells to see if I could cast Mount. Okay, there we go, thanks.
Apologies to everyone who tuned out the moment we started talking file names. So, can you cast Mount?
I could if I needed to, yes.
Alright, and would that bring along carts?
I'll have to double check. I don't think it actually does, so we'd have to do something about it.
Isn't Mount the one where you just summon horses? Like just magic
Number
horses,
thereof,
but
yes.
horses?
That's communal Mount. Mount is one Mount.
Oh. Well, one horse is still a horse.
Heart isn't on my summon monster list.
Is an ox?
I'm pretty sure oxen are.
The Mount comes with a bit and bridle and a riding saddle.
I mean, horses are on my list by default.
Horses can pull.
I could summon a bunch of dire boars and make them pull it.
That also could work. Dire boars are perfectly strong. If
Or
normally they'd be disagreeable as
rhinoceri.
shit, but they're summoned, so guess not.
I can make it really weird, just start summoning some really esoteric things, but I got things that can work.
Okay, we have a summoner.
Summon an angel.
Yuck!
Yeah, just summon the same angel that's been through all this hell and back.
We need you to pull a cart.
Can you pull this cart while I whip you?
Yes to the whipping, no to the cart? Oh, okay. How much pulling power do we really need?
Let's see here. You'd need...
Oh, there we go. You summon a horse. I summon a horse with mount. Then I cast web, and we wrap the webs around things we want to pull and tie it to the horse.
That's awful.
That sounds so stupid.
But it works.
It depends on how strong the webs are, and
It's as
They're
strong
not
as a
the-
spider web, only there's 20 feet of them.
I don't know about you, but I have no problem tearing through spider web.
You have no problem tearing through minuscule spider web.
Yeah, spider silk is one of the strongest substances on the planet.
in terms
Okay.
of tonnage pull per cross-sectional
You're still
square
asking me to
area.
take a really strong net and drag objects. I don't know if that makes it much harder to pull, and it could get caught on shit.
And if you start heading downhill at any point,
That's gonna get away from you.
Well, obviously we just cast grease on it.
Oh,
that
yeah.
makes the downhill scenario worse.
Well, there's no hills!
Is there no hills?
the city is slightly inclined, with the highest region being the plaza and reaching gently downhill from there.
Well, then we just need to push it.
Yeah, that's even better. We put all the stuff down. We cast web on it. Spend a couple minutes pounding that web into a ball. Cast grease on the ball and start rolling.
This is actually the stupidest plan that's ever happened.
As someone who's been witness to some of your previous plans,
And then we have the mount in case and then we get something strong that can hold it up if it starts rolling too fast.
Yeah, I'll just summon a Tyrannosaur.
Oh my god. Well,
Or a Mastodon.
we're not gonna do favors to get a fucking cart, so this is the plan apparently.
I mean, honestly, if we wanted to do this, we could just put it all in the back of a Mastodon and have it walk through the city.
Yeah, I know, but my plan's funnier. Tie the whole thing to a mastodon's foot. There you go. Or load it
You
onto
want
the
to think they
mastodon and
just
cast
summon a
web to
big
stick it to
creature
him.
and tie it to it with web, like a
Yeah.
Tyrannosaur.
No,
or
the
something.
Mastodon's a huge elephant.
I'm thinking it might need to actually be bigger.
an
Summon a
elephant,
brontosaur.
an elephant would be big enough to drag one of these barrels with if you had ropes or such, yes. But I will remind you that these barrels would be filled with gunpowder.
Oh, it's fine.
I don't see any problem with this plan.
So, are you canceling the order for these multiple huge barrels of gunpowder?
I don't know. It's if I had some way to transport it, I wouldn't, but I don't. And unless everyone else wants to find a way to transport it,
I mean, if we want to get serious on it, wouldn't we just need to cast, get something that can cast Levitate? And just drag it?
levitate could work, I suppose.
Web will last 180 minutes, just saying.
Oh, and by the way, these barrels are precisely a half-ton each.
Oh, okay, so levitate can't handle that.
So unless someone tells me some way to carry these things with us,
Well, we have a plan, and no one likes our plan.
your plan is ball it into a web ball and roll it.
Yeah?
You don't have enough casts of web. We have 10 of these barrels, and that do maybe 2.
Okay, fine. I'll summon a giant spider,
Web covers an area.
and it'll just web the crap out of everything.
Yeah, but balling it up reduces that area, I'd imagine. Can you summon a giant spider? Oh, I can. Of course you can summon a giant spider. If anything's on the list, a giant spider's on the list.
Actually, it's not
No,
normally. I had to pay for extra things for that.
Oh, wow,
Yep.
that's lame.
Well, web encloses everything in the area. So what you do is you web it. You can't really ball it, but you can tie one end of the web to a strong animal and have it pull the whole thing.
Actually, I could probably do all of this by, like,
What
summoning
animal could possibly
a
pull
spider.
upwards of like 5 tons?
I can summon a giant
An
tarantula.
elephant with muleback cords.
Yeah, okay, well, we don't
Oh,
have
wait,
a muleback
tarantulas
cords
can't
in
make
elephant
webs.
size.
You
I
have
have
a wizard,
wheelback.
though.
I mean, we do have a wizard, yes.
I do have ant haul.
Hmm.
That is a spell. I do have.
What's
that
the
spell. I
strongest
can
creature you
prepare it.
can summon in terms of pure physical might? She? Shinalar. Strongest
Yeah,
physical
I'm
creature.
thinking.
In terms of just the strength stat.
Yeah, ant haul is a level 1 spell.
Yeah,
That
but I'm thinking if we
Mastodon
can
has
just figure out
34
this.
strength.
That's pretty strong, but is that the strongest? Keep in mind, size also benefits this. So if some is 34 and 32, and one is bigger, this is 32,
No,
the 32 is a better choice.
The size is calculated on its
By
page.
the time it's already that size, its size bonus to strength is included.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You're
Just the
thinking of when
strongest
things
thing.
are changed in size, which is not necessary here.
Yeah, just remember. Yeah, so ant haul is a level 1 spell, so I do have a space open where I could prepare it, and that
Well,
triples a character's.
actually-
that triples their carrying capacity.
This might fix all of it. I can just summon a cloud giant. It could carry a lot of things too.
How strong is
Oh
the
god,
cloud?
it has at will levitate. Self plus 2,000 pounds.
Oh, well, how many of that can it maintain at once? Because that would be 2 kegs
Well,
worth.
what it's carrying.
Well, I can carry 2 kegs then. Good for it. With levitate.
2,000 pounds.
You said it was a half ton each?
Yes.
So 2 kegs. 1,000,
4.
1,000. Are we talking short tons or long tons? There is actually a difference.
2,200 pounds. 2,240 pounds. That's a ton.
I
Just
must be thinking of the wrong kind of ton or something, because for the longest time a ton was 2,000 pounds, but whatever. At least the long ton. Short ton's 1,000, but whatever.
Oh, actually, you'll want to summon a quadruped because they automatically get multipliers to their carry.
Oh, then at that case, the Mastodon is the way to go.
Mastodon it is, so let's web up these things and the Mastodon pull it with ant haul.
I don't even think we'd. Just a second, I'm just looking it up.
Might not even need ant haul. Well, there is
Yeah.
10 of them, so that's,
No,
like I
let's
said,
see.
5,000-ish pounds, I think. No,
It's
that's
strength-
not.
Its strength is 34. Its size is huge. 34 has a push drag of. Okay, so it's only so it's considered 29 still at that. So it has a push drag of 1,400 pounds, but it's also huge. So multiply that times 4. and it's a quadruped, so multiply that by 6, so times 20, so times 24.
So it can pull a house.
Yep.
Well, these things don't weigh as much as a house, so yeah.
And then I can triple that.
Yeah,
All right,
okay, the
3 houses.
Mastodon, we'll go with the Mastodon. Also, I can technically summon more than one.
Well, we only need the one.
I know, I'm
but
just saying,
it's a bit of a trip.
we got plenty.
Oh, sorry, that's not its full. That's not its push drag. That is its heavy load, which means you can actually load that onto the thing's back.
We're going to build a castle on this thing.
So yeah, you just stack all the barrels onto the Mastodon, then I web them in place.
All right, let's do that. Okay, we have our plan. We're keeping the
Alright,
barrels.
we
apparently.
are summoning a Mastodon.
We're keeping them out of gunpowder because who knows? There's going to be something big enough to use it on the other side.
When that is appropriate, we will summon a Mastodon.
And then you'll web it to the thing, and then we'll march our Mastodon out of the city using this scroll.
Just double checking the math here.
Actually, can I change that? Same math, but I have a giant tarantula spider I can summon instead. Same strength.
Oh,
Gotcha.
sorry. Actually, I misread that. It's just the times 6. It's still high enough. So yeah, its maximum is. Yeah, it's got an 8,400 pound max heavy load.
Let's see here. Start at 24 strength and then times 4 to get it up to 34.
No, it's already at 34.
Yes,
Oh,
I
is
know,
that how that
but
works? Okay.
the table of carrying capacity stops at 29. For every plus 10 you go, the capacity goes up by a factor of 4.
I figured that meant it started at 39.
Oh, no. Just whatever score. That plus 10 applies over the entire table.
Oh, okay, that makes
Going
sense.
from 1 to 11 is a factor of 4.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay,
So-
so in that case, it would be the 700 times 4, then times 6, because it's a huge quadruped. Okay.
For 16k 800, or to wit, 15 barrels, assuming you can figure a way to strap all of them together within the volume of your aforementioned web. Each barrel is a 5x5x5 cube.
I can just cast multiple webs.
Wait, she's giving us cubes? What?
Well, the equivalent of.
Okay,
They're
I'm just
not
like,
cubes,
what?
they're barrels, but they're 5x5 barrels.
Barrels, yeah, I know. I'm just like, you
How
call them
many of
5
these things
by 5 cubes.
do we
I'm like,
have?
wait, what?
Pardon me?
10.
How many of these things? 10?
10.
Exactly 10.
This is an unusual use for web.
And just imagine what kind of trigonometry and calculus would be involved if we were doing this playing GURPS.
I think I just rolled 20, get a nat 20, and say I win.
Yeah, we're actually going.
Yeah, except in
web-
GURPS you want to roll low on 3d6, but
So fine,
Yeah.
for triple ones.
Well, there's a thing where it says it must be anchored, but everybody always overlooks that, so we haven't even applied that.
Well, we can anchor to the nearest building / wall.
or Mastodon.
Or Mastodon, see?
Yeah, it's
And then
not
we
a
cut
clause
the
of web.
other anchors.
It's honestly not a clause of web we've ever paid attention to before, so because it makes web unusable if you do.
Except in low ceilinged areas, yeah. If you can put all of those barrels in the area of a web spell, then with some difficulty, you will be able to manipulate that web covering all the barrels into a sling that you can put over the back of said mastodon.
Yeah, we'll have to stack all the barrels.
I help by pointing and gesturing.
Does this sound like a plan that you want to go through with?
I'm all for it.
Shenalar, Fulton, how do you feel about these explosives being basically hauled out into the wilds to be used on the nearest moving thing?
It'll be
She
amazing.
has no problem with that.
I mean,
And
Fulton might, but he's outvoted at this point, and we're not using it to blow up the wall, so,
I
you know.
I don't think Fulton will care tremendously amount unless you're doing it to someone that's an innocent or using it illegally. Like
Yeah,
to break
now-
the law. Like he's just not
now
gonna
that
care.
now that the plan seems to be go beyond the wall and cleanse the wilderness with this gunpowder appears to be the
Cleanse it
plan.
with
Correct me if I'm not.
gunpowder.
Yeah.
Which campaign is this again? I think
Cleanse
I'm
it
in
by
my
making
campaign.
sure
Hold
there's
on,
no
scoot over. I'll DM
wilderness
now.
No wilderness. There, it's fixed.
Yeah, there's
Right.
no wilderness. Problem is over.
And how long can you sustain that mastodon?
It'll be a minute per level. So we might have to redo this a couple times depending how quickly we can get through the city.
Mm-hmm. And there's other things you could theoretically summon besides a mastodon of similar size and strength. Right?
I can get a giant tarantula spider.
It'll work.
What strength
Um,
does it have?
35.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh yeah, that'll do just.
It's also gargantuan, so
That'll do. It'll freak people out, but fuck it.
I
At that
kind of
point, we're
want to
probably
do
out
it
of the
because
city.
it's much more fitting for her than a mastodon.
Plus, it can climb over the walls.
Yeah, we might end up summoning
We-
it
we
like
can-
near the
we
end
can
of the
just-
wall.
Yeah, we can just ride it and have it climb over the walls.
Why didn't we think of that?
I think we were told that going over the walls had bad repercussions.
Flying over, yes. I don't think. Well, maybe it was general enough. Screw it. We'll get there and use the spell, right? So, mastodon away.
Actually, I do have polymorph any's. We can just wrap it up and we can just wrap it. Ugh. Sorry, just a sec. I have to see what I have here.
Yep. Treasure stitching.
I don't have. I'm not sure I even have that in my book, and I don't have it prepared if I did. So I have two
Yep.
unused level 1 slots. Oh, sorry. I have 3 webs here. So I still have I still have 2 polymorph any's left. So what I could do is we can stack all of them. I can web a bag around them, shrink the bag with all of them in it with a polymorph any, and then use a greater dispel to bring it back normal size when we get into the city gates. That has the bonus of it all being in a nice little bag and being small enough I can carry it around with it in our pocket until we get out of the gates and then make it big and blow something up with it. Send in our suicide bombing tarantula.
I love this
Righto.
plan. I
Well,
love
it's
the
not-
plan about the suicide bombing tarantula. the
It's also
most.
not nearly as silly, though.
Yeah, there is that drawback. This is sensible.
Yes, but this actually gets it out of the city, and then when we get out of the city, we do the silly thing and suicide bomb something with a giant tarantula.
I guarantee whatever this thing is going to hit is going to be fucking dead. I can't imagine anything with enough HP wall to survive that. It's equivalent of dropping a ye old nuke on something. I'm all for this plan. Whatever spider you summon is going to fucking hate us. You summoned me to go blow myself the fuck up.
Here, strap this bomb to your back and go up to that god, please.
Go, a nice big hug.
Oh, the bonus of using web like this is we just need somebody who can get a fire spell to hit the web, and then it all goes up. And
Yep.
I can do that because I have scorching ray.
Exactly. This is the equivalent of yield nuke. We might want to save this for Metro Pogger just to surprise the shit out of him. It's like, why are you summoning a spider? Why are you covering that spider in perils? Oh god, what are you doing? No!
Oh,
Silence.
scorching ray doesn't set things on fire.
If it does fire damage, the web automatically catches fire. It does fire damage, and then
What
the perils
happens
go
to
up.
that kind of explosives when it goes off if it's still shrunk?
If it's still shrunk, technically it's
It
not a
goes
permanent
off-
shrinkage.
It goes
so-
off at the size it is.
Damn.
Unless you're actually using the reduce item spell and you throw it at something.
Yes.
See, what we just need to do is then use that and give it to my Eidolon and just have it fly up. Then throw it at someone.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you give it to your Eidolon and have it use reduce item. Give it to your Eidolon, have it fly over something and bomb it.
That was the day I let a 8-inch long flying snake carpet bomb the energetic wilds.
Whee!
A Lockerock would be having a grand time, I tell you.
I do not. Yeah, I do not believe I actually have reduce item in my spell book yet.
We can go get it.
We
I'm starting to
now
like this
need the
plan
spell.
more and more. I am perfectly willing to wait however long I need to wait to see a 8-inch long snake carpet bomb the wilds.
Okay, you know what? We'll pool our money together to buy shit tons of gunpowder and keep it in my mansion so we can do this whenever we want.
Yeah, I'm for this. Because the
This'll-
ability to gunpowder explode the problem away is always a fantastic one. The only thing ever stopping me
of course,
was size.
we're opening a can of worms for the DM to fuck us over with this kind of stuff too. But whatever.
Stay away from fire shit, guys.
You don't want to start a squirt gun war, guys.
Yeah, the DM has more tools. He'd win that one at the end.
But still, you know, if we know we're going to be going up against a huge boss that's not immune to fire, it's a thing to do.
Technically, if I just shoved a lot of metal pieces into the gunpowder, it'd take me probably like a day or two of work. It would do piercing and bludgeoning as well as fire.
So I am
Make pipe bombs, yeah.
Essentially, yeah, really
Make
big
gi-
pipe bombs.
So spell out for me what you are doing, because we've gone through like 4 or 5 different iterations of this plan now.
So,
Time
okay,
is
we're,
fantastic.
I'm still for right now. I am a fan of the suicide bomb tarantula.
Me too. So we need to, for now, to get it where we need to get it, you're going to use your spell combinations to shrink it and just carry it the fuck out as we teleport out. And when we encounter something worth suicide bombing, we summon a tarantula, slap web on it, slap the gunpowder on it, and then murderize it that way.
Yeah, have the tarantula run up with the gunpowder, and then I hit it with a scorching ray.
And then lap is whatever the problem was, is incinerated instantly.
Oh no, it didn't work. Run away.
If it doesn't work, yeah, run.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
gonna go unsummon the summon then.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna wait till we get outside the wall and know what we're attacking, and then we can do the suicide bombing tarantula
Whenever we need it.
But once but my web will last for 180 minutes, making a nice convenient bag. So once we have the powder, we'll stack it into a 20-foot radius burst. Then I'll shrink it down to fine size and carry it in my pocket until we need it.
Okay.
Actually, I might want to hand this one over to Garazin since he has that fireproof thing for his gunpowder.
Oh, sure. I'll put in the fireproof bag.
Because that would really suck if we got all this gunpowder, shrunk it down, and I put it in a thing in my pocket, and a spark set it off.
Yeah, that'd kill everyone.
No, it would just explode and be a bunch of wasted effort.
And kill everyone.
No, because it explodes at the size it is, and it's tiny.
It'd just be like a little...
Yeah, it'd be like caps going off.
That's sad. Magic is weird. Yes, I'll keep it in the fireproof bag. It's definitely small enough to fit, so that's not the problem. Alright, we're all set to go then.
You are also
Suicide bomb tarantulas.
you're all set with the planning, yes. All right.
Well, now it's just a time thing, and we're not going to do anything in the meantime, so...
Yeah. I'm getting there. All right. After a time, Garazin, the guidebook in your pocket begins sort of rattling back and forth in your pocket.
Oh my god, I just realized the guidebook is just a fucking iPhone. Fuck you. Alright, fine. I opened up my iPhone.
It could be powered by Android, you don't know.
Fine, my Android. I don't care at this point. It's a goddamn cell phone.
Blue sparkles are falling from a new little like bookmark tab that's sticking out near the back of the guidebook.
Alright, I'll bite. Flip to it.
You flip to it, and you see you see what it reads like you'd expect a letter to. It's just on this page. There's a
Guys, I got a
message.
message on my voicemail.
That says your parcel's ready. Waiting on. Come on by the shop when you are ready to pick it up. You'll need several large bulk carts, BTW.
No.
Signed, Agajela.
What is a BTW? Wizard, what arcane sorcery is this? And I waved it at you.
I don't know. Bicep thermal wear? Guess they want you to have some arm warmers on?
I'm a dwarf. Why would I? I'm not going anywhere that cold.
I don't know. Let's just go get our stuff.
Aye. This place is weird.
You head inside. Agajela is busying herself with some straps on some of these barrels, which are as big as she promised, but nevertheless much larger than Garazin may have originally thought he was bargaining for. And she just has them lined up against the back wall, but there does seem to be a sort of a big loading dock warehouse-ish type door on that wall.
Alright, wizard. Wizardy. Do your wizardry.
Very well.
Oh, hold up. What kind of wizardry are you unleashing in my workshop?
Webs, mostly. No fire, promise.
Could I ask you to get them out into the street before you do that?
This is how we're getting out to the street. Just watch. Trust me, you'll be appreciative because you'll want to start using it.
All right. She stands clear of the line of barrels.
I stand directly in their path because I know if they go off now, we're taking the shop with us. So, you know, I don't care where I stand. I'm equally dead.
While thinking about where you want to stand, Garazin, you just happen to be looking down, scuffing your feet, waiting for the magic to happen. And you notice that the floor inside the workshop here seems to be exactly the same shape of flagstones as the street outside.
All right, because she doesn't have a bottom finger quotes of her shop because it goes launching. So if you had a bottom, you'd have to blow its own bottom off every time, and that'd be tedious. So that makes sense, sort of. Not at all, but let's pretend it does.
Or you look up and the shop's gone.
Yeah, I look up and the shop's gone.
Did they get webbed successfully?
You web up the bundle of barrels and a couple tables that were a little too close, but
Yeah, more wood never hurt anyone.
Okay, big bag of barrels is now one object. Itty bitty teeny living space, making it pocket sized.
I look at the shopkeep, and that's why you bring a wizard.
strange. My clients usually want their explosives to go the other direction, but fair enough.
Aye, we're gonna want that. He can turn it back in the point. It's a great transportation. So now you can carry that in your pocket.
Very well, just exercise proper safety measures. Are you ready for the remaining 90% of the contract?
Let's just go finish a thing outside the city, and we'll get back to you on that.
I beg pardon?
We need to go cleanse the wilds. How do you think we're gonna do it? I don't have a gun. You don't have a cannon on hand, so we're settling for the next best thing.
Oh.
Gonna
I'm
drop
afraid
explosives on it. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm afraid I only have license within the inner 2 rings of the city.
Alright, sounds like a problem.
How much favors do these two owe you?
Only 9.
Now gives them a look.
What? I'm perfectly willing to pay it after we do the do.
Don't you remember what happened last time you tried to leave?
Yeah, the difference is this time I'm not going to care what they tell me when I say stop, because we're on a mission from the city that supersedes whatever silly authority they think they have. City says, go do the thing. We're going to go do the thing. We need this to do the thing. Ergo.
I'm not sure that's how that works.
It is,
You'll be
or they're going to
certainly
have a
free
problem.
You'll be certainly free to take your goods wherever you should like, once they've been properly traded for.
Alright, we traded for them.
No, you've paid a 10% advance while I scraped the supplies
Call it
together.
alone.
I beg pardon?
You don't know what a loan is?
No, I didn't understand what you said.
Call it a loan.
Ah. Hold on a moment. MapTool's doing something silly.
Call it a loan. We'll be back.
Yeah,
We just
hold
need to
on.
blow up the
Hold on a
wilds.
second. MapTool's
Oh,
going
sorry.
crazy.
I thought I heard. Okay, go on.
Server's going down for a sec. A summon monster has been used, as has a web and a polymorph. I don't know if I've managed to successfully save campaign, that's why I'm taking note.
It was just my web and polymorph.
Yep.
Just summon a Bodak and all of our problems are solved.
Yeah, all of our current problems, they just introduces a bunch of new ones in its place.
If only necromancy wasn't my wasn't my opposed school.
Okay, should be able to reconnect now. Okay, and feel free to re-expend your spells.
This is going exactly as it should. We're wasting our time on something we probably won't need, but want it because it's awesome. Love it. I still have the opinion we don't find anything outside to deal with, and we'll just keep taking this thing until eventually we fight final boss Metro Blocker, and we're like, don't we still have that? We're like, oh my god, we do, yes! And just, it'll probably do nothing, but we'll be really happy to have it.
Alright, normality restored for now. Yes, you've bundled everything together into a web. You have placed it in your pockets.
What's in your pockets is more explosives needed.
Right, and you were talking to Agajela about the fact that the if this exchange is anything like your trades with the guidebook, you will not be able to leave Mosum or Raig district until...
Because the guards are such physically imposing creatures. And they will so, like, notice it, because it's a tiny pocket in my pocket, and they will so point that out and go, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel free to actually see what happens. Nevertheless...
Well, okay, I understand the problem in the way. I just don't care, and I vote we leave now. Don't worry, I'll be back to pay you back. I can't be asked to waste more time. Not when, universe at stake. Reality, life itself, creation.
Agajela begins to look a bit annoyed at this, at the prospects of you marching out of here without her due payment.
I'm good for it. In fact, I could give you just money now, but you don't accept that, which is always weird to me.
Are you familiar with what the city does to people who renege on debts?
Is it more horrifying than the last place we were at? The answer is no, so I don't think I'm gonna be impressed. Do I have to wear a sign that, around my neck that says, "Hi there, my name is Gorazin. I've been assigned to save all of reality. I'm not going to be impressed by whatever it is you're throwing at me because I'm here to save reality." Lindon, can you make me a sign that says that in every language there is? In fact, they actually have signs outside that do that. That's the use for that spell right there. It's a big one, so I don't have to explain this ever again.
Agajela throws up her arms in frustration. Fine. You'll be back, one way or the other. She goes about her duties and she turns away and continues going about her work in the workshop.
So now I'm just going to prove you wrong. Well, technically we are going to be back, so never mind, I won't prove you wrong. Whatever. Alright, I say we get going.
I wonder how Fulton feels about theft right in front of him.
It's not theft. I am coming back
totally
to pay
theft.
this. It is not theft. I'm going to pay this. You just accepts the weirdest currency. Time is
You
the currency.
aren't even bartering with her for what debt you plan on coming back to pay.
9 favors or whatever.
That's not the payment of those favors. That's the amount of those favors.
Ugh. Can I count those 9 favors as saving your existence along with everyone else's? My goodness.
I don't think they take that, no.
Yeah, that always is the annoying part. I am going to come back and pay these 9 favors. I don't much care what they are, once time is no longer a constraint. We're not even. For all we know, this huge waste of time could doom reality because this city is selfish. Which, fine, be selfish, but you know, excuse me if I'm not. I'd like to speed this to save the universe.
So how is that guard you were going to resurrect?
Currently awaiting the universe being saved. I have to save the universe before I can save him. Order of operations. Because if I save him and then the universe explodes, I've wasted everyone's time. I don't have an Onyx Cobra statue.
No, but Lindall fed that one to appease it.
Oh, well, that's on him, not me.
Yes, but it's kind of clear you didn't have any real intention of ever actually resurrecting the guy.
No, I kind of want to, it just shit keeps happening.
Well, we got a huge buttload of money. You could have at least looked for him.
I don't even think they'd let me in the city. In fact, actually, didn't we get a huge buttload of money and then immediately get shut in a room and told, here's money, make your shit and go to the dimension?
That doesn't mean you could. I told you explicitly that you could get any services performed while you were there.
I didn't think that included, hey, could you go find this guard whose name I don't know in this city that hates me?
You didn't ask.
Fine, jeez, I didn't think it was possible is all. I thought that was like a personal thing I had to go and like, you know, like a personal mission to find, apologize, and scoop his remains out of whatever graveyard I put him in.
So, are you going anywhere? Or are you going to ask Akajela what she wants done to repay these 9 favors?
I might as well ask because I'm here. Oh, wait, what do you want me to do?
Turning back on your hardline stance, are you?
No, I'm just wondering so when I come back I'll know what to do. Save time.
Indeed.
I'm serious, I want to pay it back. Oh, God.
I require certain regents collected in order to get my work done in a reasonable amount of time. I need you to collect some for me.
Are they found outside the city?
Fortunately, by giving you contract to collect them for me, you will be able to leave the city to get them.
Alright, so you could just said that and everything works out. I don't know why you had to sit there and go, no, you can't leave without repaying me first, when the whole point of city.
You did not ask, Dwarf.
I did not think I needed to ask for you to tell me what you wanted.
You do not think.
You
don't
interrupted
think.
me in the middle of precisely that sentence.
He's not your dwarf, Zill.
I'm not your
Thank
buddy,
you.
guy.
There is a plant that I need collected that grows on the exterior surface of the walls.
Is it a moss, or...?
It's more of a mold.
And you need, like, a bottle, or...
I need a sheet of it, about 10 by 10 foot square.
Bruce, what do you need that much frickin' mold for?
Making bread.
I'd believe it.
She looks levelly at you, turns to look at the cache of gunpowder leading in other casks against the far wall, and turns back to you.
I don't know what weird, flying, crazy mold you have in this dimension, but where I'm from, we dig most of our ingredients out of the ground.
Where we're from, it grows from the very firmament of the plane.
I vote yours is weirder.
I agree. You will find it on the exterior walls facing the Black Wilds.
So the sodding opposite way well, it said the cleanse the wilds. Oh, on this other side, the old breach. So it's a little out of our way, but we have a wizard, so I suppose.
Once
Alright.
beyond the walls, you will find that you can transport yourselves by whatever means you wish, so long as it does not cross the walls.
Fair enough. Alright, no trouble then. I'll get you your 10 by 10 sheet of mold.
It will not be difficult to find. It is the only variety of mold that grows on those walls.
Alright. I will write that down. 10 by 10, yeah?
10 by 10.
Probably gonna use it to make another sex toy for her husband.
I don't think mold works like that. Then again, apparently mold can explode in this dimension, so fuck do if I know. Alright, okay. I'll get you your mold.
Good. And just to make sure that you're not going to get too many bright ideas, given your cavalier attitude towards debt, I am placing a term on our contract.
Oh great, more rules we don't know about. Hooray! On with it.
You have until nightfall tomorrow.
I have no idea how time works in this place. It just happens, so that doesn't mean a whole lot.
The day is precisely 1 day long.
Yeah, thanks for that. That's helpful.
Well, just consult your guidebook.
Or 1.5 moon rotations. Yes, I get it. Oh, fuck you.
5 microts.
8
And with
light
that-
years. Lol.
And with that, she shoos the lot of you out of her shop.
I'm shooed out grumpily. Alright, Lindoff, you don't
Oh no,
mind taking a
I've been
small
polymorphed
detour.
into a shoe.
Now, Lindoff, if you don't mind teleporting a small detour when we're outside, you know, just a down, then left, grab some mold, and back.
I don't know how many teleports you think I have.
A shit ton. You're a wizard.
Yeah, my teleport spells are for teleporting me.
I'll ask she.
I'll go and get it, but I'm not bringing everybody with me.
Oh, no. Okay, then that's fine. Just 10 by 10. I'm sure it was implied this is easy to get. There's a lot of it, and just, you know, I'll give you a knife and everything. All right, so we have our plan. We have our powder. Let's get out of here before more people come up with stupid rules to delay us.
You find yourselves on the busy streets of Josta district.
I
The
wish I
party
was
is
20
still
feet tall.
alive.
I hope I get to cast confusion into a crowd again.
That was really funny. I'll give you that one.
I think I have more prepared.
Well, don't do it for no reason.
Or
What if the
probably
reason's he's bored?
That's not a good enough reason. Let's go with that.
That would be very chaotic of me, no. Let's just get this done.
Yep, we're walking. I mean, unless something stops us on the way, and I'm sure it will.
It seems every 5 feet in this town someone's trying to stop you.
Make you owe favors, or do a favor, or do this, or do that. You'd think this... You think the city would just be like, okay, I saved you from this, please go kill this, and I'll send you back on your way to save reality, because I'm part of reality, and I don't want to be not reality.
Here's my middle finger. Do me a favor and swivel on it.
Actually, I suppose before I go to that point, Where are you guys going to?
Whichever place is the fastest exit out of this fuckhole. The scroll said we need to be by the wall we're teleporting out of or something, right? The exit scroll, the thing that's gonna get us out of the city.
The scroll that Shenalar has.
Yes.
It only when the spell on that scroll is analyzed, it appears to be some form of gate.
So we can just use it anywhere? And presumably get out? Because if so, we'll just use it now.
Unfortunately, no one will know until they cast the spell and realize what parameters they need to give it are.
Let's at least get by the exit wall before we use it, just in case.
Exit wall?
The outermost wall.
Ah.
Like, in case it needs to be near the outermost wall, that's like the only parameter I could think of at the moment, so... How about we walk there and then use it?
Well, I say we just try to use it, because if it doesn't work, they'll give us a new one.
You think they would?
Well, they want us to do the thing.
Yeah, but we've been in this city more than a day. I think by now we both know it likes jerking us around. I think it gets off on it.
I think it's only jerking you around because you're not following by its rules.
I think it needs to set new rules for people that aren't it.
I think if it's really jerking me around, it should do a better job, because I'm pretty grumpy.
Fine, let's try the thing, and if it doesn't work, and then we'll owe more favors, and I'll just get tired of this shit and below the wall. Moving on, just try the sunny thing.
Please insert 25 cents for first minute outside of city.
I will murder this thing.
Who is casting the scroll?
I am. Don't worry, I got this, guys.
I guess
Shelenar should do it, because she's big enough to actually hold it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anyone making any preparations before she casts the spell?
I make sure my gun is cleaned and loaded.
Don't point it at anything you don't want dead.
He begins spinning rapidly, pointing it in all directions.
I can't choose where to aim. There's too many directions.
Need a
Oh,
wider
what'd you point it
gun
at me for?
I mean, if Fulton had any of his usual prep stuff, I'm sure he'd use it before going out there.
From what I can remember, his incense was stolen and he didn't do anything about it, so that's gone.
I'm not talking about that because that's special occasions anyway, like his activating, making sure his shield's active and his self-buffs.
Oh, his usual channel spendings. Yeah, we'll say he uses those at the very least.
He has done that today.
Just remember, Shay, if we see anything big, we're going to have to coordinate our turns to do the gunpowder thing.
Right.
Yeah, so it's big and horrifying. You guys have to work together.
Well, you're going to need to too, because you're gonna need to do a move action to grab it so I can take it from you.
Ah, right. Yeah, okay. So, team effort, everyone. If that something huge and scary shows up, sod your normal turns and work together to get this nuke ready.
Alright, Fulton does have Greater Angelic Aspect in case he needs it, and Bestow Grace of the Champion.
Yeah, he has buff spells. They don't really last long enough for
Well,
this scenario.
He does
yeah,
have
if we get into
Righteous
battle, we'll
Might
have him.
ready.
So if we get into battle, we'll have him buff up and distract things while we get this ready. I think it might take 2 turns to get it done. So.
Yep. Alrighty.
Primarily depends on turn order.
We're going to go
that's
out
why
there.
You,
and it's
that's
just
why you
gonna
have to
be...
delay and make sure we're doing things in the right order.
This is just going to be attack on Titan outside, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really hope so. That'll make things really interesting for me.
Yeah, because that would make things awesome. Because most Titans are stupid, so you can lure them into a central point and get them all with the bomb.
Boom. Technically, you do have to hit the sweet spot to kill them, but enough explosives does the trick anyway. So.
Well, yeah, but then
chunk them.
then
The
they're
part
down
that's
for a
damaged
few.
is damaged.
Then they're down for a few minutes. And you can just go around stabbing them in the necks with pens.
Yeah, true. Though actually, if you chunk them into like meaty salsa, that you've hit the spot. So
Anyway, have you? Do you need a roll for this one at all, or?
oh, for the scroll, right?
Let's see here. You don't have opposition schools, so all I need from you is a... Double checking which one of these two it is. I'm pretty sure it's just spellcraft.
I'll gladly use magic device.
Why didn't I take ranks in that?
Actually, the correct one to use is use magic device. Because the spell is not on your spell list.
Alright, I'll use my plus 32 bonus.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You don't auto pass use magic device checks though.
She needed a 3. She rolled a 13.
Okay, awesome.
I got a total of 45. Excellent.
Okay.
It's the only skill that crit fails.
You intone the proper words as you read the scroll through, and as you finish it, you feel a sort of tugging question in your mind demanding where, and you can feel in your mind a map of this entire plane, which is much smaller than you thought, because the city looms large in the center of your vision, but it is still quite large. The wilds extend for many, many radii of the city in every direction.
Just plop us by the Black Wild so we can get the thing.
That's like the opposite side, though.
You have
well,
no
we can
time
walk
to
around.
consult your friends.
Yeah.
This spell tugs at your attention and demands your focus. If you want to speak, I will need concentration checks.
What is it with you and what is it with you and tugging and jerking today?
God damn it.
I don't know. Apparently the spell is demanding.
It's just a needy spell. Well, she doesn't really, when presented with this, her first thoughts are not going to be towards that Black Wilds. It's going to be trying to basically formulate wherever it needs to go to cleanse them, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be something beyond just kill everything.
Okay.
So yeah, the wilds beyond, like, wherever she need to cleanse the wilds beyond the old breach.
You focus on the wilds just beyond the old breach, and that part of your vision begins to enlarge and shimmer, and suddenly you find yourself sucked forward through the image that you're seeing. Meanwhile, your friends standing around you see Shinalar turn glossy black on her exterior, then enlarge into a cylinder, and that simply stands there in the middle of this alley that you've stepped out of to get out of the bulk of traffic.
That seems about normal for her.
Great.
Wasn't she already black? I don't know if I've noticed.
This is impenetrably crystal black.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So you all stare for several seconds.
I went for the other shooter drop at this stage.
Yep, that's all that seems to happen. She suddenly turns into a black crystalline cylindrical column.
What's the difference between a drow and a black human? One is inhuman scum. The other one is a black human.
I try not to laugh.
Am I gonna have to purge this YouTube channel?
Is it count as racism if it's against races that don't technically exist?
Screw you, drow. You're what's wrong with our society.
Let's just assume yes and carry on.
Summon yes, carrying on. We're waiting for the cylindrical to do something.
I'm
Nothing
gonna
seems
touch
to
it.
happen.
Alright,
Lindall
fine, you
suddenly
touch it.
turns inside out, disappears through the tip of his finger, and is gone.
I'm not touching that.
Can we have Fulton push him into it?
Fulton gives
No!
Garrison a shove.
Before I
And
can turn and shoot you, my boot probably touches it, so I go poof.
and then he steps through himself. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, Shinolar. As your vision suddenly rushed through, you find yourself stumble in the middle of some dirt-floored clearing, and you look around and you find yourself to be in fairly normal-looking forest. You can hear sort of cries of wild animals echoing distantly all around you, but it keeps on going. It doesn't seem to be any sort of din that rose as in reaction to whatever brought you here. And after a good half minute, suddenly your allies spill out through the large glowing orange crystal that you seem to have stumbled out of, that simply hovers here in the middle of the clearing. Yes, it looks like a cozy campfire. I assure you it is a glowing orange crystal.
We're Dark Souls.
You can hear the rush of a river just a short ways off through the trees. And you think you can just barely see the tops of the city walls glimpse through the trees somewhere off to the somewhere off in the south, west. There's the word. There is no imminent wildlife to be seen.
Well, let's blow up this place and go home.
What even is this place? Can we actually see the city, I think you said?
Yeah.
You can just barely glimpse the walls through the trees.
What's the bet that the entirety of this world is just wild and untamed except for that city?
Sounds about right.
You
That's
do
a bit
know that
much to
there
blow
are
up.
You do know that there are large vegetationless tracts of land in between these green patches, if you remember your trip down on the elevator.
Well, I guess we just have to look for the thing we're supposed to cleanse. So you want me to start shooting the bushes?
That's not a good idea, I think.
Yeah, I think
Shinolar,
we should
yours-
probably look with our eyes before the guns.
Alright, so what have I
Shinolar,
got?
you're still holding that scroll, and although the bottom half of it is now empty, the top half of it has something a little more elaborate than it previously did.
Oh, good.
Paul and I grabbed a drink. What did I miss?
The scroll now says not cleanse the wilds, but slay the 2 paragons of wild that live in nearby caves. Your debt
See,
will
now
be
this is how we-
fulfilled.
Now we have targets. Thank you, scroll.
Does it give us
Alright.
a little mini map with a pingy?
I hope so.
No mystic arrows begin floating over gaps in the landscape around you.
Damn.
Does anyone have an exclamation point over their head so we can get a quest?
And we just got that from the scroll guy.
Yeah, it
And
could be
then
from
the-
Fulton.
And then the scroll turns black and crumbles to dust.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I think that'll be our
Great.
last instructions.
Great,
Okay,
we probably have
kill.
to walk back now.
You can teleport outside the wall. Well, you can teleport anywhere that doesn't bisect the city, so no shortcuts by going straight to the city, but otherwise, yeah, teleport all you want. At least according to one person. She could just be lying.
Well,
But she
there's
did
an
no
easy way
reason
to
to.
check.
Yeah.
Poof, what do you need?
Was that a 5-foot step?
Yeah, it was a 5
Yes.
foot teleport, yeah.
You bamf 5 feet to the right.
Seems to be legit.
Didn't they tell us that we could dimension door within the walls, as long as we didn't change sectors?
Yes, but there's no walls now.
And Akajela, the way she phrased it was, you can transit yourself however you wish, so long as your path does not cross a wall.
We
So
can
our
teleport
first,
back in the city, all of us. Ha ha ha.
our first course of business should be then to find these paragons. Grazin, you think you could track them? They must leave the caves.
Not my speciality. I could narrow down which caves they could use and go from there, I suppose. Alright, hold on. Where are the caves? Like, direction, please.
I don't think we know.
Are there any hills? Could look around.
The trees
Mountains.
are far too dense to tell.
Someone get me to the top of a tree. Or just up high. I
That's
have
the
plenty
same
of
problem.
weed, I don't
I
need to do
can't
that
actually
kind of
make
high.
you fly.
Okay, make me fly then.
I can't. I have overland, but I don't have actual flight.
Then summon something to carry me, or someone cast fly. I need to be up on a tall thing to look around.
I apparently forgot to cast my overland earlier. Whoops.
Yeah,
We
I
all
do
know
the
it's always
same.
on.
Did you get your daily dark vision?
I don't need it anymore. I have the mask.
Oh, right.
Oh wait, she did cast it last time we were in combat, so never mind.
Okay.
Do I have transport?
That would have to be up to Lindahl or Fulton's list, and Fulton's not always that good at it.
Yep. Let me double check. I think one of you should still
If nothing
have...
else, like I said, summon something that can fly. I don't need to be up there that long.
Sure, but that requires more or less a rock grabbing you, which is not exactly easy for you to get a good sight off of.
I could just get on top of the rock.
Well, if you want to
Kaylee,
do that,
you
there's
now
lots
have
of rocks.
you now have ownership of Fulton's token on loot and inventory, so you can check his spell manager and such like. Actually, I suppose it'd be useful to give you permission of it on this map, wouldn't it?
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, one second. There you go.
That's when you use all the channels for no reason.
Well, where is the nearest, Well, okay. Walk with me to the nearest tree. I'll bring you up. I just don't want to waste too much of my daily allotment of this, so come on.
Okay. I am now at a tree.
Just let me... I'm just gonna need to assess how tall this tree is here. How big is the tree?
You're looking at a coniferous fir about 70 foot tall to the last branch you think you could stand on.
Keep in mind,
Okay,
I
no.
weigh about as much as you do, so just because I'm short.
I don't weigh anything.
I mean you when you're normal size.
Normal you.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
tiny itty bitty you.
Okay, here we go.
Zzz. Grazin, just make me a quick climb check.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's probably better this way, because Fulton's only recourse is a 6th level spell.
I have a 15. That's all there is to it.
Grazin, you're teleported up, and although Lindahl conveniently does place a branch directly under you, it takes you a second to get your balance and hold properly. And you're not on the highest tree around, but it's definitely pretty good, and you have a sufficient view of the landscape to get the sort of lay of the land.
Alright, so I've got several things I'm going to do in order. First and foremost.
Just while he's looking around, I'm going to prepare a feather fall so I don't have to use that to get him back down.
Sure.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Can we make a note just somewhere? We're getting you a wand to fly, or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
sure.
we need to have some other way of doing this.
Yeah.
Well, usually if it comes to a combat situation, I can cast Fly on myself one time, but for miscellaneous reasons, yeah,
Right.
I suppose.
Yeah, I need one sitting around to be able to cast it on you.
Fair enough. Right, what was I doing? Oh, yes, first and foremost, spyglass. I'm going to look around. Just for any unusual and, abnormalities in the terrain, i.e. hills, mountains, volcanoes. Titans, stuff like that.
Ice palaces with living snowmen.
Page not found, fuck you.
We can make that spell.
No, there is no spell called Toss Dwarf. Page not found.
Alright. Give me a survival or knowledge geography check.
Alright, I need to look at my various equipment because they changed that a little bit. Don't worry, I have it written down in shorthand.
Yep.
Okay. What were the two choices?
Survival or knowledge geography. Which you choose is going to flavor what you see a little bit, but both are applicable.
So I'm going to use both, but first off, I'm going to use a DC 20 no geography to get my rough location and the month. Oh wait, I need the stars need to be out to get the month. So I can get my rough location though.
Okay.
I can auto pass it instantly. I have a plus 18. Okay,
You are
well,
400
maybe not. I can roll a
meters.
1.
You are 400 meters northeast of the walls of the city.
Okay. That gives me a rough estimation of where we are and lets us mark it down on this bit of paper I have, so I can make a little map.
Yep. But
All right,
normally, the check you just made is used to figure out where you are on a map based on landmarks you can see, just so you know.
Well, so you needed a knowledge geography, I believe. For some reason I don't have it on my short list, so I'll just...
Probably because you don't have a bonus for it.
I do. It's not a trained bonus. It comes from a variety of sources, I think.
Well, if it's not trained, you can't use it no matter what bonuses equipment
Well, it is.
give you.
No, it's trained. So yeah, I don't get it. No, I mean, I think It's not a class skill, but I have it trained, so I don't know.
Okay.
Well, that's what I got, 31. I'll go into my skills and fiddle.
Yep. You gather from this, from the terrain and the trees that are present, that the actual fauna around here is actually pretty familiar to you, so you're fairly sure that anything you think you would know about a forest of this type on the prime material plane would probably apply here as well. That
Good.
in mind, there's no hills or mountains of particular note, but that river beside you does seem to be running in a ravine that gets deeper as it goes to the north.
Ah, could be a canyon then. Could have definite caves. Unfortunately, I'm not high enough to, like... I'd have to be really high in order to see that. Alright,
Well, you do have a pipe, don't you?
I was waiting for that joke.
Welcome.
Alright, here's what I can do. I will use a knowledge... Actually, I'll probably just use a raw perception for this one to see if I can guess what the distance might be of, like, how far down the river we need to go. And what is in that general direction, like what's in the way, potentially.
Forest.
No hills, just shit tons of forest.
Forest.
Forest it is! Okay, so just forest and follow the river seems simple enough. That should lead us to a canyon, considering it's getting deeper. And if that fails, I'll take another look around, I suppose. But logically, yeah, that's the only spot with, like any spot nearby anyway. As there's no mountains within clear distance, so... Or hills. Alright. I shout down, I'm ready to come down!
Razan announces he is ready to descend.
Good.
Push.
Cast Feather Fall on him and start nudging him out of the tree.
I trust in my wizard. Leap.
Splat.
Ow.
You leap from the tree and fall as gently as a dwarf to the ground.
So I make a crater roughly the size of an ogre.
But you
But
do
only
have
half as
layers
smelly.
now.
I said the size of an ogre. It doesn't mean I am an ogre.
That's why you're only half as smelly.
Fuck you.
She was already at least half as smelly.
You arrive on the ground with no loss of dignity or health.
Hip hip hooray. Right, here's how it's gonna work. There's no hills or mountains of any real note in any direction that's worth seeing. However, that river next to us deepens, which to say it lowers elevation, if you would, the further downstream you go. Which implies it leads to a canyon, or at least something similar to one. That's our best bet for finding a cave of any real note. At least close to us. And the only thing in the way on that direction is forest. So as long as we just follow the river, we shouldn't lose trace of it. Sound good?
Good enough for me.
I've already marked our location on this little map. And as long as I'm paying attention and have my compass, we're not going to get lost.
Your compass is working?
Good question. Does my compass work?
Where is
It
it pointing to?
It points directly away from the city.
There you go then. As
Well,
long as it continues to point
Directly away from the city appears to be north, that is.
Okay, I tested by like walking I don't know, just there. Like as long as it continues to point the same direction, it works.
Within the accuracy of a compass, yes.
Yeah. So as long as that works, I actually cannot get lost.
thus directly away from the city is always north. And in which case it's useless because the city's round.
Well, I'm not going to know that until we're far enough away, so...
At least then you can always go south back to the city.
Yeah, technically speaking, that is true. It makes exploring, like, away from the city a little difficult, but... Anyway, so I have a plan, and I'm going to start walking, so...
Alright.
Let's wander around pointlessly like little kids playing soccer.
As long as you stay near the river, do what you want.
Could I get a round of perception?
Well, I see jack shit.
Okay.
That's when the cave officers attacks us.
Ah, right, okay. Alright, Lyndall. As you float serenely not that far from the ground, invisibly as well, following your companions, you notice that while there doesn't seem to be very much in the way of signs of wildlife as you understand them, you know, things that make noise shortly before you kill them for sustenance or fun, there doesn't seem to be that much real wildlife around, but there's definitely lots of different vegetation about. There's, well, not just the trees, but but there's plenty of variety in the undergrowth, and there actually seems to be a lot of wild vegetables and small fruit plants that grow around here. You think it'd be surprisingly comfortable to try and make a living out here. Doesn't really seem to be any signs of rampaging demon animals that they seem to sort of imply back in the city.
I think the city's lying to everyone inside the city.
Maybe. I'm not going to share this with anybody. So.
Righto.
Keeping up Lyndall's history of keeping everything to himself.
Seems fair. As you lot proceed along the river, indeed it does start going downhill. This side of the river follows the general altitude of the river, and you can see the terrain start to rise nearer to the city. And the river starts to turn slowly away from the city as the other shore stays at pretty much the same level and begins forming a high canyon wall alongside the river.
Well, that's where you're going to find caves.
Pretty much, aye. You want to scout ahead because you're tiny and flying? At least likely to be eaten by anything that isn't a toad.
Not really. I suppose I shall.
I mean, it's the most convenient. Sorry.
Okay, I'll be back in a few. I'm gonna zip off down the river.
You're following it northwards.
Alright, okay. In that case, I'm gonna zip off that way.
Okay. Any distance you're going to go before you call it as nope, nothing of interest here?
Maybe 2 miles.
Okay. You zip ahead of the party a ways. And after about a quarter mile, you begin to see as the river turns further away from the city, you begin to see small little caves high up on the cliff face, about large enough you think that a large goat could fit in most of them. Maybe something a bit larger if it could squeeze. And you can see up ahead that the landscape on the downhill side of the cliff does start to get a bit more bare of foliage. The trees start disappearing, and you're only seeing the smaller scrubland on the well, still rich and green, but the small plants, bushes, no more than 5 foot tall most of the time.
Okay, I'll go back and tell them where the caves are then.
Alright, let's march across.
I'm going to ride on Fulton's shoulder. Onward, mighty steed. Great, it's Death Mountain from Zelda 2. Watch out for the orange fuckers.
What the fuck?
Hmm?
I just noticed the new map. What's the... Oh, this is just you drawing out something, right? Never mind, I'll shut up.
No, it's a
Mine
sea
have
of
never looked
blood.
better. No, it's supposed to be a cliff wall with caves in it, and I was confused, and I thought maybe the red ooze would come for my soul, so, you know.
Yeah, that's just me drawing something out. There is your cliff face. There are some caves in its face. Here is the river. Here is you guys. And over here is the little stick figure. There we go. Now we got a proper Don Hertzfeld production going on.
Where are the happy trees?
That's Bob Ross.
I know, but I like Bob Ross more. Alright, well, let's cross the Sodding River.
On the far side of the river is the sheer cliff face.
I said let's cross the river, so does anyone have a problem?
Well, considering there's probably no shore besides a cliff face.
That's nice. I wade into the water.
How do you expect to get up to the caves, buddy?
The caves start about 20 feet off the water's surface, and they go the full height of the cliff, which is here about 110 feet.
Is it a sheer cliff?
Yeah, mostly. You think mountain goats could traverse it, but you'd have
I'm gonna tame a
difficulty
wild
without
goat.
climbing here.
No,
Took
I
my
can
summon
cast fly
goat
on
spell.
myself. This is a scenario where it's worth
You haven't
casting fly.
seen any. You also haven't seen any goats. Just so you know before you try to start taming one.
Regardless, I'll just use my armor's fly ability when I get there.
To the far
It
side.
really sucks you can't summon a riding goat with the mount spell.
I don't know, that's weird. Actually, I could just do it now and fly across. It lasts like 20 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's a good thing that water's about 12 foot deep and not moving slow.
I am a rock. Moving on.
You're a dwarf. That's
Yeah,
why
He's
you're
a
flying.
rat. Get him.
I fly.
You find yourself hovering placidly in front of some of the smaller caves. Seems they do get larger as you get higher up from the bottom of the cliff, which actually doesn't really align with your knowledge of geography. The parts of the cliff with the most time to have the water wear away should have the largest caves.
Aye, so this is a bit weird. Unless this, well, either A, they were carved out by something, or B, there's a very frequent chance of flooding.
Oh, it's full of horta.
Regardless, let's start searching the caves. I just go for the largest one at the highest elevation immediately, so...
Alright.
Everyone else can fly, right?
Yeah, from what I understand.
Lindall follows you.
I actually don't know about Fulton, unless he wants to use an angelic aspect to be able to fly. Does he have an item or something?
Doesn't have any item to do that I'm aware of. Every time I've seen him fly, it's with angelic aspect. Or, windwalk.
I don't think we're going to sit here and wait for him to memorize Windwalk and pray it up, so yeah.
Sure,
All right.
it'll only take 15 minutes or so.
Oh, it's not like the world will end just because we wasted 15 minutes.
Well, you say that, but no.
You might want to actually land inside before your fly wears off.
I know, I'm landing inside the... Boop.
I think you said 20 minutes, not 20 rounds.
Yeah, minutes.
Yeah.
It lasts a while. Regardless, I am going to land inside this cave and take a look around.
You settle on the lip of the cave. It's actually fairly dark in there, chiefly because the sunlight in this place just seems to come straight down. There is no deep shadow cast by this cliff, and there is no deep light shining into this cave, really.
Always high noon, then?
Yeah. It does seem... this cave does seem to go a fair bit to the back, and you can see... You can see, discarded, It's not fur, but there's definitely something been shed in this cave.
Yeah, something lives here. We just need to find it and send a suicide bomb tarantula after it.
Okay, that might be extreme. It might not even be that big. So what's in here that's proving evidence of creatureness?
You don't know. You have not investigated closer yet.
I'm going to investigate closer.
All right. You kneel and pick up some of the stuff shed on the floor. It feels stringy and it smells pungent.
Skunk?
No, it's a sort of well, it's been trod upon by dust now, but it looks like it used to be a blondish color of hair.
Blonde squirrel. Blondish. Well, that's not a natural color for most creatures. Most, mind you. Could be a humanoid, but humanoids don't tend to shed hair like this. Could be a dwarf, but dwarves wouldn't live in a cave that can't reach the ground.
Well, it feels like it does feel like the sort of leatheriness of animal hair, not.
You know, I'm running through the possibilities.
Oh, hold on just a second.
What's a kowaddle?
I don't know what's going on with you. La 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 la.
Okay, so I guess Fulton's staying out here.
That's fine. We need someone to guard out there anyway.
Okay, back.
Yeah, Tio, I think Fulton's gonna have to stay outside.
Okay. All right. Grazin, what are you what you doing in by means of investigation?
See if I can locate the remains of any kind of camp or something. Like, was this purely an animal den, or is there some intelligence to this?
Okay, so you're gonna start wandering deeper into the cave.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can see that it's
Survival to try and find traces.
Yep. It's a fairly straight cave. I mean, rough contoured. It's a natural cave, but it goes pretty much straight into the rock. Doesn't immediately dive or anything. You go a ways, looking around. Nothing much of note. Lindal, could I also get a perception from you? Okay. And you've gone maybe 20 feet in when Lindal notices, Grazin's busy studying the ground, Lindal notices he can hear a sort of scuffling and what might be a snort deeper into the cave.
Yeah, there's an animal in here.
Fun. I could probably just kill it, to be honest. I'm not intimidated. Yeah, do you think it'll be one of the wardens of the forest or whatever?
Oh, how long has it been since we left the city?
Since you left the city, maybe 25 minutes.
Okay, I just need to keep a counter on my web because it only lasts 180 minutes.
Okay. And you've been in this cave for 2. Right, Grazin, I think you were about to say something?
Do you think whatever's making this sound will be one of those wardens of the forest, or is it just some animal that lives in a cliff?
I don't know.
Well, considering all we've seen is small game so far, I'm willing to at least look at the thing. So let's go piss it off.
Of course.
Oh wait, hold on. I have to do something first.
I haven't seen
coming
any
right
other
for
animals.
us.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other animals in the forest though.
Exactly. So at least let's look what this one is. If it's big enough to be considered a problem, I'll kill it, and we'll hope that's one of them.
Yep. As you two are talking back and forth to each other, the noise gets a bit louder, and you can definitely hear something snorting angrily, and the scraping of something against stone. Might be hooves.
Oh, if you have some sort of language, start speaking. Just sort of call down.
You just
And
hear
we're dead.
huffs.
You want to try other languages?
I don't think it has a language.
That could be a
I'm going to-
minotaur.
Hooves, scratches, snorting. I'm also going to look at the hairs they found, and I have every relevant knowledge. So here we go.
You don't know what to make of it. You don't really have enough information to go on other than the color and length of its hair at the moment, and the scent, which you can't place.
Okay, you stay here. I'm going to go scout ahead, because I can get myself out of binds easy. So yeah, I'm going to go scout the thing.
Alright.
Just as a reminder, I have Dark Vision 120, Blind Sense 60, and Permanency Invisibility.
Okay. Alright. You go a ways forward into the cave, and you see there's a slight bend in it up ahead, and you can see something sort of poking out a big yellow head with two horns on top, poking around the corner, but keeping kind of behind the corner of the cave.
Hasn't noticed me?
You can guess from the fact that it's irritated and looking the direction of you two that it probably is aware of you guys in general, but maybe not of you specifically.
Okay, I'm gonna
It's at the
try
very
to...
limit of your dark vision, though, and 100-odd feet is a long way. So yeah, it just looks like a goat is looking around the corner.
I'm going to try to get a little closer, maybe 50 feet from it, see if I can get a better look.
Yep. Razan, any response?
Do I need to shoot it?
That is up to you to determine, based on anything that you might shout, any questions you might shout forward to Lindahl.
Is it hostile? Do I need to shoot it?
I can't speak, it would give away my location, so I'm not going to.
Then I'm shit out of luck and I wait to be charged.
You hear the grunts increasing in intensity, and Lindahl, it looks like it's scraping its antlers against the ground in a threatening manner. But you can't really get close enough to it to see the whole of it without getting right up to that corner of the cave. Actually, looks like the cave might widen down there. And also that odor is getting much stronger. Could I get you to make a wisdom check?
My wisdom tells me I should pet this. My wisdom is 10, so here we go.
Okay. Yeah, it's... You can place the scent now. It's a really strong, sort of citrusy scent.
Fruit monster?
Run away, it's the orange goat. Actually, wait, it had it had a yellow head. It's a lemon goat. Okay, so I'm going to fly back to Garazan then.
Okay.
Alright.
Some sort of yellow citrus-smelling goat. Doesn't seem to be happy we're here.
Citrus-smelling goat.
Yellow citrus-smelling goat, yes.
I try and remember anything about citrus-smelling goats I might know.
In your experience, citrus is just the scent of really bad body odor.
Hold on, MapTool's derped on me.
Watch out, it is lemon goat. Don't let it near your eyes.
I can't think of any reason not to shoot... no reason to go out of my way and shoot a lemon goat, so I suggest we just try a different cave.
Yeah, I think if it was one of these things that we're supposed to kill, it's probably hostile enough that it would have come after you by now.
Mm-hmm. Alright, bugger it.
I unfortunately do not know anything about lemon goats, apparently.
Razan, you return to the mouth of the cave.
Alright, I hop over to the next one if Fly is still working, which unless that took 20 minutes.
No. You return to the mouth of the cave, and you cast a look back, and you can hear whatever it is coming closer. And then you realize that your silhouette is clearly visible against the opening of the cave.
Do you want to start some shit, bruh? I say as I float away serenely on my fly power. I mean, if it can fly and wants to go, it can come have a go, but I'm going to the next cave over.
You drift out into the air and roll me your initiative. Not roll into initiative, but make me an initiative test.
Oh, alright, one moment. Let me... I'll just, I guess it'd just be a dex roll? Yeah, logic.
Whatever your initiative is.
Well, that would be just my dex, because I don't have any, like, improved initiative stuff. I don't need it, my dex is really high. I need my feats for other things, damn it.
I boosted mine with items.
I'm aware. I have loads of other shit I need to be doing just to function.
Yeah, I don't, because I'm a wizard.
Yeah, hush wizard, man.
You drift out into the air and... What, you want a piece of me?
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly you can hear the pounding of something rushing down towards the opening of the cave. And as it bursts into the light, you get full view of it as it leaps through the air, attempting to ram you with its head in midair.
It's a lemon goat!
I thought you weren't being literal.
I have a
My
question
mistake.
mark.
No, it'll load.
It's a lemon goat! That's amazing!
She was being very serious.
In 1 second, I'm gonna switch the stream to a different map and back to get it to load.
I have no
What the-
words, only horror. Does that mean we're gonna encounter the what pair at some point?
You mean the lol what pair?
Yeah.
Okay, new plan. Hand me the bomb.
We're not blowing it on a fucking lemon goat. So just launch yourself through the air, pissed off at me because it's a lemon. Alright, sure, why not? Why
I
not?
want a carpet on the lemon goat.
Garazan.
Funnily enough, that doesn't hit.
That does not hit.
My AC's 47. Come at me, bro. It rolled a 6. I mean, it's got a really good chance to hit, but it rolled a 6.
FYI, your token says 45, 25, 35. Please be sure to
I'm
update
gonna
that.
need to update that then.
Yep.
Not sure
Yeah,
what part
mine's
it is.
never
I think
accurate
it's the
either.
dex that went up. I think. I'll have to figure it out.
You manage to swivel to the side, and it goes right past you and plummets into the river below, where it disappears below the waters.
Ah, fuck.
I guess it has no desire to keep living. Or I offended it that badly.
Just gonna stare from over here at what?
It's a lemon goat.
He's not wrong, but I wish he was, because I could comprehend that better.
It occurs to you, Garazan, that those sort of yellowish strings must have been peelings.
I might need to sit down. This
We
universe has
got a-
officially fucked itself. I just saw
We've got a
lemon
bigger
goat.
problem. The thing just ran away.
I don't care if it ran away. Okay, if that's the guardian of the forest, screw
I
this
believe the
reality,
word-
I'm leaving.
I believe the word was paragon.
Paragon, that was a lemon goat.
But the DM marked it Paragon, so...
He did?
I mean... It's the only animal I've seen out here, so it must be the thing we're supposed to kill.
You call that an animal?
I call that a lemon goat. I have no words nor understanding. If you want to hunt it down, fine, but how?
Yeah, that's sort of the problem. How deep is this water?
Here,
Can fit a lemon goat.
Here, yeah, you're not for certain, but it does move quickly enough that anything below the surface is obscured. There's not rapids here, but the water is not very clear.
Okay, we need to find a way to draw this thing out.
What do lemons like? Well, it hates me, so I'm gonna go like land here-ish and taunt the thing. Your
Mhm.
That might
mother
not-
was an elderberry.
You know, it
Your
might be
father was a goat. Right,
it
no,
might
that's not
be
probably
s-
accurate.
it might be stronger than it looks. That might not be the smartest plan.
Well, I can go wait in after it, but unless you can upend this much water. I'm gonna land and taunt the thing, because that's my only plan.
Only our cleric was in the habit of repairing control water. That's not a criticism, that's just he's focused on other things.
I might be able to. I need to check something.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not helpful. Yeah, and I can't dam it with the wall of stone because I don't know where it is right now. Well, I got no choice. I don't breathe. I'm gonna dive into the water after it.
I'm right behind
okay.
you. I don't breathe either, at least when it comes to the water. So kick its ass.
Alrighty. You guys dive into the water, and it's not very clear. Actually, you're not sure you're not sure you'd see with your eyes anything more than 10, 15 feet away. And Lindal, what did you say your blind sense range was?
I have blind sense 60.
Okay. You're aware of a of something large, not exactly swimming, but sort of kicking and bucking off of the rocks at the bottom, to the south of you.
Roughly how far away is it?
Roughly 40 foot.
Okay, let's see what I have prepared.
You'll go ahead, but it is actually in range to do this now. Switch to that sheet. There we go.
I'm gonna bet $200 my dexterity's better than a lemon. Because we rolled the same, and if my dex is higher, I get to go first. And again, I believe with all my soul, my dex is better than a lemon.
God, I hope it's not.
It's not. It is a +0.
However, I forgot to put the initiative on the token. It actually has a +4 in it bonus.
Oh,
Rolled
okay, so
an
it beat me
18.
because it rolled higher. So, but I'm
Yes.
still more dexterous than a lemon.
Yes, you are.
Why are we fighting a lemon? My God. I guess you're just taking this whole fantasy
But
thing
it
and
is
taking it to
after
town.
Lindal.
Unfortunately, I need to look up
Okay.
something works just the same. Okay, so because it has total concealment, I can't cast spells on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I might be able to make things a little bit harder for it to do this kind of shit.
Okay.
I'm going to raise my head above the water so that I can target spells. Because I'm going to dam the river with wall of stone.
Okay.
We'll just fuck everybody over. I just need to know what I can actually do here, so just a sec.
Yep. You tell me how many square feet you can accomplish, and I'll tell you how much of the river you can dam vertically, assuming you want to dam it from one side to the other.
Stone wall whose area is 1 5-foot square per level. Yeah, I don't think I can actually do that.
Okay.
See what else I have. Too bad I don't have Wall of Force prepared, because that would have done it. Oh, wait.
Mhm.
That's an oldie, but it might piss it off.
What's up?
I'm just checking through my stuff, so... Well, I'm nice and invisible. It's roughly 40 feet away. I'm gonna fly to here and cast Obscuring Mist.
Okay. Vaporizes around you. 20 foot. Obscures all sight.
Should last for 4 rounds in the water. Hopefully it doesn't have blind sight or something. But either way, this might piss it off and draw it out, so it's good stuff.
Okay. Let me just cloud the waters here. $20-foot radius, is it?
A 20-foot radius spread centered on me. And it's 20. It's a sphere.
Okay. Alrighty.
I'm just going to shift because I don't want to be sitting in this cloud fog.
Sure. Zip. Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Chenelar and Fulton, having had only the briefest of warnings, seeing something yellow try to hit Garazin in midair and then plummet into the water, are just opening their mouths to ask, "What do you mean, lemon goat?" When it charges out of the water and attempts to trample them.
And they themselves cannot do nothing but lay in shock of the lemon goat.
So, the way trample works is you can either try to take an attack of opportunity on it and take the damage of its trample, or you can attempt a reflex save to dive out of the way and halve the trample damage.
Well, I know what she will be doing.
He'd probably just try to swing at it.
Yeah, I'm feeling Fulton would.
I'm not sure how good his dex is, but that's usually not a cleric's thing.
No, I think his dex is abysmal. He's also a heavy plate.
His reflex save is 15.
He's also bullshit because he's a paladin, cleric-y, mixy thing, and he gets all the bonuses from his charisma sometimes.
Yep.
Sometimes, not all
Sometimes.
the time.
This wouldn't count for getting rid of his shield, would it? Because it's a direct hit.
If it
If he's
hits
ever
him,
struck-
it hits him as per a slam, so yes. And since Fulton doesn't have a grab attack or anything, he wouldn't be able to stop this thing in mid-stride.
Well, add +4 to she, because her Eidolon's hugging her.
Okay. You successfully sidle out of the way and will take half damage. And Fulton?
Guess he probably would just swing at it. I mean,
Hey, Bombard, do you have any way to stick the sticky webby bomb to it?
Like,
You
if I launch it on my gun, that will kill everything. Other than that, you mean like an object to stick to it?
Do you have any way to launch it at it?
Oh, I have my gun, but again, kill everything.
It won't kill everything. It'll just destroy your gunpowder.
Dude.
So what are the two options again? I want to make sure I'm clear on this one.
You can either reflex save to attempt to get out of the way and take only half damage, or you can make an attack of opportunity and take full damage automatically.
I mean, I have entangling shot, but that doesn't really do. Like, you want me?
You mull it over.
I'll mull it over. You guys do your thing.
If you have a way to stick it to it so I can dispel it next turn, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll just grab it from you.
Okay. I don't think I do. So.
Quick, improvise a crude slingshot.
Yeah, that would actually be awesome.
But it takes more than a turn.
If you have enough movement, you can just get into range and throw it at it.
I suppose.
I actually don't know what the difference is on these combat macros for him.
The core falcata is the one he's let's double check here. That's when he's using it as a ridiculously large weapon. Right now, just falcata, because he's actually using a large creature's falcata.
Oh, okay.
The core falcata was when we turned him into a huge creature temporarily.
Oh god, I've never used this macro before.
Only real option of confusion should be
The BAB iterative. I'm not
choose full, because this is a reaction attack. Really? It's only plus 23? Oh. Because power attack, yep. Yep, okay. Fulton strikes it and does not manage to penetrate its thick rind. Alright, you guys are taking... Fulton is good aligned, so he takes this. And Shinalar, you halve the first hit there. So that's 50 for him. Yep. Oh, actually, Fulton should have used his 3 DR there. I'll just heal him for 3.
Okay, right. I don't know all of this stuff.
Yep, not a problem. And now you have a it is unmistakably a lemon with giant goat horns, and it's the size of a small house.
I believe what the hells is about the right.
Yep. And it is kicking and snorting right in front of you.
Fantastic.
How is it kicking?
You don't know, but the ground gets torn up as though hooves are tearing at it, even though you
What?
can see no evidence of feet.
My brain hurts.
Evil lemon goat.
Right, okay.
So this is happening.
I'll step away a little bit, not that it'll matter.
If you guys want to use the bomb, we're going to need to coordinate our next turn.
Be a good way of getting rid of this thing.
I think right now I want to coordinate having it not be able to hit me.
Yep.
So yeah, let's just... Screw that.
That away.
That'll be your turn.
Bombard, you're still under the surface, you don't know what's going on. Other than the fact that the waters got really murky to the south of you.
I leave it by flying, I guess, fly swimming. I don't know anymore.
Fly swimming.
I get to shore, locate the lemon, curse the lemon.
You emerge from the water, shake yourself off, and yes, here's a lemon.
It's a little too far away, I think. Oh, no, I have a 50-foot cone, and it is exactly 50 feet away. Death to the lemon!
I'm in that cone.
I don't know you're there, that's the problem.
I'm in this cone!
You shout as I don't hear you over the sound of gun. Sorry, my character has no way to see you, so...
I see you pointing the gun, so I shout out.
Sweet Jesus, no!
That's fair. I'll roll I guess, initiative to not murder my friend.
How about you just roll perception to hear him shout that over the stampeding shouts of the lemon goat?
Fair enough.
Dear God, I'm in the way, don't!
13, okay, yeah, okay. So I usually just, you see it rise, and I'm like, I've got a shot! Wait, you'd be like,
No, you
no!
don't! Yep.
So, yes,
You hear
I do not
Lyndall
fire.
shout something panically.
I don't
Maybe he's
fire.
in the way.
I curse, and I guess I'll just retrieve the web package of explosions, just so we're ready to go. That's my turn. Get out of the water, package ready to go.
Yep, move action. Fulton is being confronted with a ton of angry produce.
Okay, Fulton, you keep it on you while we set this up.
I mean, yeah, I assume it's the full attack. I mean, I don't really know his actual operandi that well.
Let's see here.
I mean, buffing before going in is usually it, but he's already on top of this thing.
I mean, you're engaged. Engage.
He can basically cast defensively anything up to, I forget whether it's level 4 or 5 for him, but I'll give you either, considering what little there is in 5. He can automatically pass the concentration.
Right, nothing of that is... Oh, wait, no, he would usually... Oh, what's he... I forget what he usually does to make himself bleed. because that's the first thing
the
in combat.
palms thing.
Yeah,
His stigmata ability, yeah.
yeah.
Yep. And he had the only reason I can't really guide you there is because he has a choice of what he uses it for, and I don't happen to know off the top of my head what
I just
SRD
need to find his
that is.
page. Yeah.
Is that a Vindicator ability? No. No, he's been using that for a while, hasn't he?
I think it's part of the
Oh, no, it is a Vindicator ability. Stigmata. Willingly gives his blood in service to his deity. It's second level. He's higher than second to Vindicator, isn't he? He is Holy Vindicator 8. Alright. Okay, at 6th level, it becomes a move action to start his Stigmata. Causes bleed damage equal to half his level. While he's bleeding, he gains a Sacred bonus equal to half his class level. So 4 damage plus 4.
This is why his attack rolls are usually higher too, I think.
Yep. He decides if it applies to attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, armor class, caster level, or saving throws. Caster level checks, pardon.
Right.
To change what it applies to, he must deactivate, reactivate.
I'm guessing going for attack rolls?
Yeah, that a plus 4 would be fairly useful to him. So he can do that as a move action and then still have a standard to swing. So I'll just set the bleed to 4.
Thanks.
Alright, 43. That hits. 28. And despite being a holy weapon, the creature does not seem to no flare of holy energy seems to accompany it. The sword digging into its flesh.
It's probably just neutral. It's a paragon. It's a paragon of lemons. I don't think lemons are naturally evil. Weird as that sounds.
You don't know that. They could be.
But clearly they're not, because the holy weapon's not doing jack shit. Ergo, lemons are neutral or even possibly good.
But they're obvious. They might be chaotic.
Yeah, that could be chaotic. Doesn't mean the holy weapon part's going to work.
but its attack has an unholy property.
It does not have an unholy property. It has a vicious property.
So it's killing itself with the 1d6 of fuck you. It could have enough DR to just, not give a fuck, so that's always possible.
So yeah, I think that's all of his actions, though.
Alrighty. Lindahl.
Okay, here's the plan. I'm going to delay my turn until after Shelinar. Shelinar, you summon something capable of retrieving that from Garazan itself, then I will fly up, make it big again, and let Garazan take his turn, and next turn we'll have it suicide charge the lemon.
Sure.
I'm trying to think here if we could do this all in one turn.
Your action,
One
summon the
cycle?
thing, grab my thing. His,
We can, if Garazan is capable of setting setting something on fire at range, we can.
Dumb question, sir.
If he
yes,
shoots,
I can.
If he shoots those barrels and manages to penetrate their
Oh, no. Fire Drake pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still need to get through the wood
So,
in order to set it off
What we
immediately.
do is we have you actually delay until
No,
after...
because the fire would make the web blaze up, which would set off the barrels.
But there would be a delay for it to get through the wood of the barrels.
Because we didn't poke any holes in the barrels. They don't have a...
Yeah.
They're solid sealed barrels. There's no, hole in them. If they had a hole, yeah, it'd go off immediately, but...
Okay.
Yep.
Either way, just basically delay until after my summons turn, because then it can walk it over.
Actually, I've got the stupidest plan.
And
Actually,
then
no,
you might
this
as well
could
just
work. I can get it
dispel
done in
Garage.
one
what's next to
turn.
the thing, right?
Yep. Grazin is already after Shenelar, but Fulton is still at point blank of that thing, so yeah.
We could technically wait until after Fulton's turn.
Yeah, we can do
Let
that.
him get the heck out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we just have Garazin delay and then fire.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll delay until when it's on there. Trust me, I can get this thing to blow up immediately. I have a trick. I just thought of something.
All right. So
However, I do want to get the fuck away from this thing now, so I'm going to fly over to you and then ready in action to dispel that when you do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I guess it doesn't even really matter what I summon.
It
Because
has,
we're gonna...
it has to be something capable of retrieving it, so Garazin doesn't need to use his turn.
Yeah, basically. I guess a group of Liland. Then only one of them needs to retrieve it.
They need. Oh, if they're gonna walk it over and then.
Yeah, you can just spell it when it's right next to it. That way they don't have to worry about anything messy with.
Oh,
weight.
Don't need to worry about the carry weight.
The web's sticky. If you can get one of them to grab it and hand it to another one as its turn, that one can run up and try to touch it with the web and stick it to it.
Great, we made a sticky bomb. Sure, why not?
Meanwhile, the Paragon kicks and butts and tries to gore Fulton. Which, admittedly, doesn't have a great chance of hitting until it has hit once. His AC is currently 14.9.
Swish, 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 swish.
Clang, 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 clang. Now that it doesn't have that precious charge bonus. However, it does have... Yeah, it does all that furiously battering at him. And after having no luck at that, it leans back and from no mouth you can see makes this horrible animal call. It does sound like a goat, but just makes this horrible crooning noise.
Great, so many more goats.
Let's see here.
Does it have its mate, the lime goat?
There we go. And a bolt of lightning flies from the sky.
Oh no, it called Shazam.
Let's see here. Check. On whatever target point within the spell's range. It is not a stormy area. Okay. And Fulton is struck on the top of the head with a lightning bolt.
It's a lemon druid.
I'll just be glad he didn't try to hit you.
Chenelaire. A Brelani Azada. Roger that. 3 thereof.
Oh, good, they fly. It can try to get it on its back.
They only fly, I think, if they go into their other form. Yeah, that does shift to wind form, which would be too long.
Ah, well.
Nearest available placeholder for Berlani. There we go. And do you have orders for them on their first turn here?
Well, I want one to retrieve the package.
I just realized we're summoning the same 3 fucking angels, and we're just gonna hand them a mystery package. Hey, go put this on that giant lemon, and then boom, and then they poof back to where they're from, and they go, God damn it! God damn these people! Why am I suffering through this? I have a feeling they're not gonna want to heal us next time.
They don't have a choice in the matter.
I know. Is this slavery now? I think this is slavery now.
Actually, these are the ones who only have 2 a day cure serious wounds, so these aren't even the ones that you normally use for healing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't trust me, it'll get down the grapevine.
These are ones that I don't actually use that often.
Oh wow,
Yep.
that'll encourage them to come back.
But they do have a ground move speed of 40, so
Here's the package.
Berlotti 76 grabs the sticky mass out of Garozen's hand.
Maybe he wonders what it is.
Then
It
I'll have
would
her
rather not.
pass it to the next one.
Deposit it's in the hand of the next one over.
So let's see. How can we get this?
Well, it's sticky. You just have to run up and do a touch attack on it. It'll
Right.
get an AOO, but yeah.
But they only move 40.
That's
You could do it as a charge.
it's
Oh, wait, no,
40,
this
it's
one's within
exactly 40 away.
Okay, then.
All right. Roll its touch, which is 7 plus, which is plus 11 total. Okay. And roll me a d2. 2 is good, 1 ain't. The package remains stuck to her hand.
Well,
Honestly, close enough.
Yeah, good enough.
to be
My
fair, she
ready-
wasn't probably getting away.
good enough. My ready to action
let's
is
be honest here. This is a sacrifice we're willing to make.
my ready to action is triggered. I cast greater dispel, a targeted greater dispel, dispelling the the polymorph any on the bag,
Which
on
probably crushes the brownie out of existence.
probably.
That's a lot of weight.
Lindahl. Given the fact that it is pocket-sized and you are 60 feet away, can you auto-pass a 22 perception DC?
I have a 19 perception.
Roll a 3.
So I'll roll that first because I can't target if I don't make it anyway.
Yep.
That is not a 1.
You see her smack the rump of that thing, and then fail to see it where you expected it to on its rump.
Oh well, I'll just do an area dispel. It'll hit it.
Alrighty. Radius of those is 10 feet, right?
I will have to double check.
I just want to be sure it's not going to hit Fulton.
It's a 20-foot radius burst, but I can send her it wherever I want.
Okay.
It does have a chance of dispelling the summon, though.
Yep.
So
That
I'll
would
roll
actually
my.
be
yeah.
a good thing.
So yeah, I'll roll my caster level check.
Yep. As you're the one who cast that polymorph, it automatically dispels that. And that is... the DC is 11 plus caster level, so that'd be 30 to... 30? 29?
Yeah, it's 11 plus caster level. I think she's. So I'm not sure what level she is. She's
think
got a
she's
caster level
19,
of
right?
19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So it'd be 30.
she's pure, so
So yeah, I've dispelled that one creature.
that actually sticks too.
I totally did not do that. Yep.
Yeah.
And with that expanding back to its normal size, it might stick to the lemon anyway. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's a pretty big ball.
One moment.
Just delay your turn to give Fulton a chance to run before you blow it.
Yes, I will give Fulton a chance to run away before I blow it.
As a second note, I also have this other Brelani hold their action in case this doesn't go up to lightning bolt it.
That's smart.
Okay.
My 1-2 thing should do it, but...
Yeah, we just put a whole bunch of those giant bombs from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask on it.
So,
Kinda, sorta,
what's
yeah.
the poundage we just put on this thing?
Let's see. How much did you say they were individually? You said a ton, and
They're a ton
that's
each.
only
Half
There's
a
10 of
2,000.
them.
ton each.
They're half ton each, and there's 10 of them.
So, is 1,000 the half ton we're using, or are we using whatever space logic you have? In Canada.
It's an it's an Imperial unit. It's not even the same as the British Imperial unit. It is your half of 2,240 pounds.
I don't know
don't
where
blame
you're
any of
getting
that
that.
system
Whenever
on
I was
me.
taught a ton, it was 2,000 pounds, and a short ton is 1,000. So I don't know where this...
I take no responsibility for that system.
I have no problem with you not taking responsibility for that system.
I'm just confused as to what I learned if that's not it, if that's not a ton. Well, 2,200, you said.
Oh,
Yeah.
my mistake. It is not 2,240. It is 2,204.
Is a full ton.
Yes, TONNE.
Goosum's now asked why we're doing this. I felt bad I
Because
had to
it's
notify
amazing.
him. I told him why not. He has no rebuttal yet.
That's roughly 11... Yeah, it's 10,000 pounds.
If this works, this is going to be a common tactic for us. So.
Yeah, this is 10,000 pounds worth of boom.
Yep. I shall
That's
allow you to
enough
calculate the minimum
explosives
safe
to-
distance. Horizon, are you delaying your turn, or are you
I'll-
readying an action?
I'm
I'll
delaying
think
my turn to get the fuck away from this thing. We need to be further away if we're doing this. We're going to throw a lightning bolt, but I'm not doing it. Fuck this. Bye. I
How far did
underestimated
you
how much
run?
explosives we're doing. That's enough explosives to, that's a big crater. We need to, like, move further away. Like, a lot further.
We can't give it time to run.
No, I'm about as far as we can get and feasibly live with our HP and so on, so get about as far away as I am, and then lightning
I
bolt it
don't
with
really
the
care
Brelanis.
about surviving this. I will survive everything.
I'm sure you will. I want to get further away. I have gunpowder on me. I'll chain react. I want to get further. That's
So-
my whole turn. Get the fuck away. In fact,
You
I'll
know,
go
I
further.
think
I'm
I
running.
might go ahead and quick cast something.
I dead sprint as far away as I can get.
All right, so
Yeah, I haven't used
how
my-
far is that flying double move?
Let's see then.
You were...
I'm right here.
Cool.
Oops.
I'll get you.
I was exactly there because he was on my shoulder. So I have a speed of
You were
30.
at the,
when-
No,
you were
I
at the
wasn't.
shore still. You were beside that
Oh,
Brelani.
yeah, sorry. So I have a speed of 30 when flying. I'll haste myself, so I have a speed of 50? Yeah, 50.
Plus 50.
Yeah, you know, I'm starting to feel kind of guilty here because I'm pretty sure we're just about to kill Fulton, and that doesn't bode great.
He'll be fine.
So that's a
He's
speed
not
of 80.
gonna be fine.
He can totally dive into the river. His armor will be a bit rusty.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Don't worry.
So this would just be a double move while hasted, I think.
Yeah, 160 feet, not 70. There you
Just because of the way my character is immortal, I'm fine with this blowing up right in my face. So don't worry about me.
go.
Actually, I
Okay.
could still.
My
next
next-
turn I could
yeah.
shoot it, but I wanted to get away.
Do you say
I'll be
anything
out of it
before you
for a
run for the
bit.
hills?
I scream, "All right, it's 10,000 pounds," and then I run.
Fulton.
I still want an action.
Oh?
I only used half of my turn to summon these.
Okay, what's your other action?
Yes, that is correct.
I can quicken a teleport.
Grab Fulton and run.
I can't
Okay.
help him. He's.
Oh yeah, he's good. Run. Just poof.
I can't help him. I can get out of here though.
Get out of there. This is about to be one hell of an explosion.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't grab me. I think I'm out of your arm reach.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So,
Wait.
Mm.
Oh wait, yeah. Me and Eclorial both only reach into our square. So yeah, never mind.
Yep, and you kind of used your reaction that happened after Shinalar, so...
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, she's just gonna.
I'll probably survive anyway. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Also,
could
actually,
dimension door,
I need to go look
but
at how much 10,000 pounds of gunpowder would actually cost.
Shinalar, because you were not yet aware visibly how much gunpowder was being dropped here, I'm gonna ask you to make an int check before you retroactively teleport
Yep.
away.
This is such a horrible
Wait, how
thing.
much were we about to blow up?
Yeah, she doesn't have any idea. She has
Fulton.
not a clue.
We'll be fine. Let's do it.
Fulton,
You know what?
You're
If we die, this will be amazing anyway. So I'm.
Well, I think Fulton's just gonna make a run for this river.
righto. He will take an opportunity attack as he flees. The lemon goat didn't care about that Brillani that snuck up behind it, but... what was it? Slam again. Oh, yeah, of course, the one attack that does have a chance of hitting Fulton.
Don't worry, your Brillani are human shields.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Oh, it hit him.
Takes 46. Fortunately, there's no trip, there's no trample, there's no side effects. He just gets stabbed in the back with a goat horn and continues on his merry way. No, it does not have combat reflexes. Are you kidding me? Even if it did, it would get only one extra attack. Could you please make me a dex check for Fulton with a minus... a d20 for Fulton to give him a jump distance into the water. Two, three. Sploosh.
Cannonball.
And this wasn't relevant when Garazan was flying through the water, but the current carries him 15 feet downstream.
Oh no. Hold on, I found a real world equivalent of how much explosive we're throwing at something, and
Don't
I'm
bring
worried.
it up. Don't bring
Uh-huh.
it up.
Lindahl.
Oh,
There
it's
was-
not my turn yet.
Right.
Her,
You
her,
del-
her
Yeah.
no, her angel had a held action to cast the lightning
Uh-huh.
bolt on it.
Yep, and I'm not smart enough to tell it not to.
Okay, well, TPK.
She's
So-
not exactly the smartest chick, so
Pray
I
tell.
don't even care.
Admittedly, none of
if we
your
die.
characters
This is
except
going
mine really
amazing.
know gunpowder that well. I mean, I
This
just
is-
turned
yeah.
around and booked it when I went, "Oh right," and
So,
This is
Uh,
going to be amazing.
Chris, what did you find?
no.
I found the fall of Antwerp. Antwerp was there was a bridge. during it's about a siege of Antwerp, a Spanish siege of Antwerp, and there's a bridge they needed to get rid of. So they sent something called a Hellburner towards it. Nice name. It's basically a ship filled with gunpowder and rocks.
Yep.
One of them contained about 4 tons of explosives, give or take, rocks and all, about 4 tons.
Yep.
It did not explode immediately, but the blast from one, with just 4 tons, was devastating enough to send rocks and pieces of metal a distance of several kilometers, cause a small tsunami in the river, and the ground shook for miles around in a large dark cloud. The blast was felt as far away as 35 kilometers away, where windows vibrated.
They're
That
going
was
to feel this
4
on the whole
tons.
plane. It's going to be amazing.
We have about 5 tons. No rocks, but more gunpowder. They're going to feel this in the city. The person who sold us this should have asked way more questions.
Maybe it
I'm
works
sorry,
differently
did
on this
you-
plane.
Did you notice what she does on a nightly basis? Some
Even
experiment
then.
that always goes wrong and ends up sending her entire workshop into a ballistic trajectory that lands somewhere in the city.
And they're used to this, I get that, but this is the equivalent of handing some. This is literally, it's even described as a early weapon of mass destruction. This is very literally the medieval nuclear weapon. This is that bridge is a problem. Let's drop a nuke on it.
Let's fucking nuke this lemon.
Nuke the lemon, nuke the lemon, nuke the
Well,
lemon.
we can leave the city
Let's put it this
in
way.
pieces.
So
I'm
let
not
me
far enough
let me
away.
spell out
I'm probably
what
gonna
is
die.
Why didn't
let
you
me spell
shoot
out
the
what is about
Brahmani?
to happen here.
Seriously, why didn't you just shoot the Brahmani?
Me?
Yes!
I didn't know which Brolani was gonna fire. And if I shot, it's a cone,
You can
and it's gonna
kill
hit the
both
thing
of
anyway.
them.
No, it's a
Ah.
cone. It would have hit it anyway. I would have solved nothing. I would
The
have had to
good
pull out a
news is-
different gun.
Humanoid bodies are actually small things. You are only really going to be hit by the pressure wave of this explosion and the tide of black smoke that will follow it.
Yeah, we're not the assholes with the thing strapped to our back.
So what's going to happen is
The lemon is dead.
anything around, because I have dealt with this kind of explosion before, thanks to GURPS, it
Praise
has a
GURPS.
wonderful model for explosions, and I think it applies here. A single normal-sized keg, which, for the record, is half the size of these kegs, deals 5d6 fire damage to anyone in 20 feet. Black powder tends to go up as it expands. So, everything in the area that is not protected by a wall or a water is going to be taking, if it's at point blank, the full 100d6 damage. And for every 5 feet away you are from the epicenter, you're going to take 2d6 less.
Alright, so she's gonna be a gib.
Oh, we're probably dead still, but I don't care. This is awesome.
So, Shinalar, at your range, and Lindall's I see here,
Dead.
can you cope with 74d6 damage?
Well, if they roll all ones.
I need to see if something works.
Lindall, Shinalar, roll reflex.
Just a quick second. I need to see if something works.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to see if there's anything I can use.
If you
You're taking
halve
140 if
that-
you have that.
If you have, actually, why do you have 70 damage on you?
Excellent question.
Um,
Was it the ooze? That was technically today.
I don't think the ooze hit me ever.
Hmm.
Even if it did, you would have summoned an Azada.
Yeah,
Weird.
I don't know when that... We might not just cleaned up sometime.
Maybe.
Regardless, so neither of you could... If you both make your reflex saves, theoretically you won't die. Did we, like, fight something? No, we didn't fight anything
We
today. I'm not sure
rested
our health is
before
weird.
the ooze, and then that's all we've done.
Yeah, I don't remember fighting anything.
Right.
Except,
Assuming
the
that you
Paragon.
just forgot to... You forgot to post-combat cleanup after that
you
ooze.
knuckleheads. Didn't this thing trample her?
Well, yeah, some of mine is,
Oh,
but
it
was not
did.
70 damage. It was
Yeah.
23.
Yep.
So that explains at least some of She's, not all of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
I have nearly 200 hit points, so it's
And
possible I'll survive if I make the reflex.
If you both
Yep.
somehow make the reflex,
And-
and I don't know how
yep.
that works, but whatever.
Fulton was at full before this thing charged him. I do know that.
Well, Fulton's extra special dex, he's 98, so, whatever, but...
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he took that much damage either. He was at full
Actually,
before
this
it
is all
attacked.
going to be fire, right?
Fulton basically took 50 twice. So.
What kind of damage is this?
This
Pressure?
is fire.
Okay, at least I'll be reducing 30 of that.
Excellent.
So there's something there.
Now, how far is Garazan?
My ring of energy shroud is electricity, damn.
Garazan, here's your damage.
Oh, and I can dump a bunch of damage into my Eidolon. I haven't used this much yet, but his health pool is essentially my health pool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got nothing. I got nothing. I got to take the reflex and pray for it.
Roll reflex.
Oh, Braesby, that's high. Alright.
You made it.
Then I could conceivably survive this.
All right. Take 140.
From the fire. Oh god,
I
now comes the
already
other
rolled
part.
your damage. It was 280 on 74d6.
I survived.
Shinalar?
Just seeing if there's anything else I
Yep.
have.
Meanwhile, Fulton has some good cover.
And +4.
You are fine. Now, when I say fine, I mean both of you are actually 80 feet downrange, and
Crispy.
I'm not going to bother these Brelani. I think they've only got 70 hit points.
They did.
We might need to roll fortitude saves versus deafness and blindness too.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Garazan,
Especially
you
deafness. Not against blindness, but against deafness, yes.
too.
Well,
Yeah.
a very bright fireball just went up in our faces.
Oh, you guys, I meant me. I'm running the other direction. I don't need to roll against
And
blindness, but
+4 to that as well.
Well, she is either deaf or blind.
Shinalar and actually no, 25 should be fine against something not a magical source. Shinalar, roll a d2. 1 is deafness.
Well, she got a 24 and a 19, so she failed both.
No, I have a add 4
Oh,
to each
add
of
4,
those.
sorry.
Yep.
Blind.
Okay. Blinded, but probably only temporarily.
Yeah, the deafness thing would be permanent.
And Fulton, meanwhile.
Actually, she'd have an even harder time avoiding blindness.
Oh,
She's a half drow. She has light blindness.
Yeah, that's actually a great point.
Fulton, however, deafness should be his only problem because
Yep.
it's just the pressure wave hitting him. He wasn't looking at it.
And I'm already pre-halving the damage because he is under a decent layer of water.
Keep in mind, these are just raw gunpowder. There's no shards of rock and metal. If we put those in there, this thing would be 3 times as deadly.
That's why it's only a shockwave, really.
Next time, let's do that and be smarter about this.
Let's do that and have a quick escape plan.
Somebody prepare teleport, yes.
Meanwhile,
I
because
think-
this is what you guys did all of this for, the Paragon at Ground Zero
roasted lemon.
I'm not going to bother rolling its reflex, because what?
Yeah, how's it getting out of the way of this?
Yeah, you're at ground zero of the medieval nuclear blast. You don't dodge that. You're dead.
Oh,
Or
it
not.
fucking survived!
That is the hardest lemon that ever existed.
This is
And-
why we gotta use the optional massive wounds rule.
This is why we need to add fucking shards of glass to our fucking gunpowder barrels.
Well, if we were
Fulton
using the
is-
optional massive wounds rule, it just took 3/4 of its health in one shot, it'd be dead.
Yep. Fulton is not deaf, and considering it's 6:30, we should stop there while everyone is still alive. And
I still call that a success.
Me too. I vote
It
we
is
do
now
it again
sitting
with
in
a
a
little better
crater.
planning.
Hold on, I need to make sure I get my damage. Sorry, I forgot to calculate it in.
And Grausen, did you apply your damage?
What did I take again?
You took 56, unless you roll reflex and beat a 22, in which case you take half.
So that's
You take 28.
Oh, you know what we could do?
Hmm.
Instead of getting a siege engine that fires cannons, we could get a ballista that fires these.
yeah, I want to get any of my bonuses on it, so I wouldn't be good as like a personal weapon, but we could totally still do that.
All right, so a Lockerrock's gonna eat 58 damage for her to reduce it.
Okay. And there is something I need to apply to this map before you
A
go.
crater.
Yeah.
I'm looking too, don't worry. Oh wait, I can help you. Hold on.
That'll permanently
You're gonna need to
change the
take
flow
control
of the
of it,
river,
but-
probably, too.
There's a suitable scorch for you. Just make it huge and you're good. But the crater part, I'm still looking.
I've got it.
This was the best plan. We just forgot about exactly how much explosive.
Yeah, next time we'll pack it. Next time we'll fill the barrels full of nails too, and run before we do this.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. Just fill it full of nails and have a plan to teleport the fuck away.
Maybe we can get a quicken teleport rod or something, or just a quicken rod and have she hold it while we're
Actually,
all
the
standing
simplest
there.
way to do this is just to give me a specially built gun, which I could build because I have the proper stuff for it. That
a gun
just
that fired 'em?
fires that webbed ball at things to stick on them, like just a sticky launcher,
Well,
basically.
no.
You mean
And then-
like a crossbow?
Sure.
Honestly, we could also just do the shrinking on the objects thing, put it in a rock's talons, and have it dive bomb and drop this.
Yeah.
Or
We're
I
gonna
could
drop a
turn it
rock
into-
on them.
Or I could turn it into, or instead of turning that into a small mass of fireworks, I could turn it into something else so that you can fire it from your gun without it exploding.
Yeah.
Maybe turn it into adamantine or something.
Something like that, yeah.
So
Honestly,
you
the
just got
sheer
the sticky
squish
web full of
factor of
adamantine
being-
that you shoot at things.
I mean, just
Yeah.
weighing down the object with what is 10,000 pounds of weight, just that alone, pinning it down, might kill quite a few problems. Oh, you
So
need to explode
apparently you guys need to invest in a horn of Jericho before you start enacting these terrible battle plans.
Hey.
FYI,
We
that was
lived.
also the equivalent of 15 kgp of gunpowder you just blew up.
Worth. I'm gonna get more. Are you kidding? I'm going back to that city and going, I want everything. That was amazing.
We'll buy it
all.
with money. We'll just buy it with money next time.
Hey, these people, I can owe as many favors as I want at this point. I don't care. I'm not going to pay that back. I'm just going to have all her gunpowder and do it again and again and again. I found my
We
calling.
are going to pay it back. We're doing a thing.
Good point.
We'll buy it with money, and yeah, if you get something that can, if you can make a gun that can fire the sticky projectile, we just turn it into adamantine or something, so it also deals gun damage when it hits, and then we do that.
Well, if it does gun damage, it means it's piercing. That means it'll be inside them, meaning you probably can't dispel it.
Area dispel.
Maybe.
Oh.
So that's disgusting, because then it expands from inside you. The bullet expands to that much gunpowder, so you explode from the inside. Like, literally, just
and
the
then
barrels
we blow it up
expanding.
and all your friends are gone, too. Yeah, that's a little too gruesome. Let's not do that one.
Let's just make it a sticky launcher, so when I shoot the thing, it just whaps on them like a ball of like paint or something. It's not lethal until we make it big.
Next time on Improvised Weapons for the win.
This was the greatest moment.
We did get it down to a really small sliver of its health in one shot. That's pretty
Whatever DR it had was just overcome by sheer force.
I have a feeling that I'm going to get an earful from Kusum later.
Hey, he's alive. That's more than we expected.
I'm supposed to help. He's using
yeah.
the voice of reason, and I was supposed to help rein this in, and I just didn't do it.
Oh yeah, Fulton's got a whole 30 hit points to his name. I'm sure he'll forgive you for that.
Hey, he's alive. The fact that
He'll
any
be
of us
fine.
lived through this is a miracle. We shouldn't have lived through this. I'll be frank. We should all be dead.
If you hadn't run.
If I hadn't run, yeah, I'd be super fucking dead. I kind of realized, oh right, that's 10,000 pounds of gunpowder. That's like a lot.
That's
I need to move.
exactly too much, yes.
I need to move because I'm
That's like
carrying
a lot.
even more.
I got really lucky. I got out of only 52 damage.
Let's see here.
If you two had failed your reflex rolls, you're dead. Like if you just said,
I
you both
would've
just been
died, yeah.
unlucky, dead.
Yeah, it rolled 280. The average on that many d6 is 260. It could have been a lot worse.
It got a little above average. My point is, if either of you had failed your reflex saves, you're flat dead. If Fountain failed his reflex save, flat dead. The only person here who could have lived, regardless of what happened, is me. And that's only because I'm super far away. Because I panicked and realized the situation.
So yeah, we need to modify this plan a little bit next time. But
Mostly with the getting away part.
You know that Gorazin's going to get the full blame for this one, right?
No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Hey,
Doesn't mean whether or not you deserve it. You're going to get it.
Gorazin's
You know what? I'll
probably
take blame
going
for
to
this.
get
This one was awesome.
He's probably going to get the whole blame for it from Fulton, but this whole thing was Lindahl's plan.
Yeah, I couldn't have done this without him, and honestly, I'm 100% behind this plan, and I will take credit and plant a flag on that crater, because that was amazing.
And in fairness, I have a huge... I might have an int of 34, but my wisdom's still only 10.
Yeah.
My wisdom's, also... Actually, my wisdom's 18,
Actually,
but
my
I'm also
wisdom
obsessed
is
with gunpowder.
12, so this kind of fits.
Yeah. Do I have the highest wisdom? No, Fulton does. He has a high wisdom. I have an 18 wisdom, but...
That
So
was
all of you-
amazing.
Alright. I will see all of you next week for other adventures in hunting dangerous creatures.
that are lemons. This is a moment. You need to, like, somehow cut this down to, like, a clip and call it, like, the moment when we fought a lemon and tried to nuke it.
Yeah,
Only in
just
D&D.
there's precedent for it. I did edit down that time I tortured a guy to death and put it on my YouTube.
Yeah.
We need to do it because we just nuked a lemon, guys. Come on.
Well, this is what happens, when life gives you lemons.
Life gives you lemons, you nuke them.
We need to commission painting of this.
We do, actually. I might actually do that. I need to find someone who could draw it.
Just a lemon exploding off in the distance with all of our characters shielding their faces.
With Gorthan the furthest away going, this was a terrible
And, no,
idea.
and then right off in the distance, you see Fulton leaping in the water like a diver.
In heavy armor, yeah.
Full plated armor, as that one angel is firing a lightning bolt with like this like confused look, like, are you sure? And everyone's like, oh shit, this was terrible. It might even be like a short comic, like just 3 panels or
I mean,
something.
the worst thing is that she, like, fails her int checks. She doesn't even know it's coming.
She doesn't know gunpowder, so she thinks this is a lot of it, but it won't be that bad.
Why is Karazhan running?
Why does Karazhan go, oh shit, and like book?